Players at the ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? On my release.
Tonight, I'll be eating roasted cauliflower tacos with spicy chipotle sauce. Thank you. Oh! I wasn't ready!
You want cheese to go with that wine?
Ladies and gentlemen, can you feel it in the air? It's that time of the week once again. The best players in the best league in the world, and it's all on just another Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday night here, and welcome back to another edition of our Pro Amateur Matches here live on the American Air Hockey League. My name is Carlisle Brown, and I am joined here on this Monday night with our wonderful, talented, energetic hype man of a commentator himself, Mr. Caleb Buss. Caleb, how are we doing tonight?
We are doing great. Thank you so much for the introduction there, Carlisle. I think we also have Kai commentating as well tonight, so that should be fun. Is she here in the chat now?
Looking at the chat so far, I don't believe I've seen her yet, but yes. Indeed, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be seeing a couple more faces that are coming in and out throughout the night on commentary, and we've got ourselves a lot of energetic matches here coming up tonight. And starting off with what we see now, we have Anthony Spanberger, Dark Antonio himself, up against Sam Self. Magic Man Sam, we have ourselves an energetic opening matchup here tonight, and two players ranked within the top 10, and two players that have done pretty well even in Idaho Golden Cup action.
It sounded like the last week that Anthony actually was able to take down Nathan in one of the Sunday night events, and so we'll see how he does tonight. He's ranked number 5 going against the ranked number 8. And, Sam used to be pretty high up there. So this actually should be a really good match to see.
Indeed. And to clarify on that, in fact, between Anthony and Sam, both of the players actually eliminated our number 1 ranked player in the AAHL, Nathan Buss, in the Golden Cup, in the Idaho Golden Cup from not this past Sunday, but the previous Sunday, which was a very, very energetic time. And for the first time, which we saw for the first time, I want to say ever, but realistically in the past several months since we've been doing the Idaho Golden Cup, we've seen Nathan Buss not only not win a tournament, but not even make it to the grand finals of said tournament. That final ended up being contested by Sam Self and another player that I believe is also playing tonight, Josiah Kamichik, which Sam itself would end up taking in an impressive match. But going into this match between two Titans looking to prove themselves, it's already back and forth, and we're already at 2-1 in Anthony's favor with a great save from Dark Antonio.
You know, and it just goes to show that the practice, the time in, you know, these players are able to now climb up and be able to defeat Nathan up there and some of the other good players. So, you know, congrats to all of them who continuously practice and get better and better, you know, and so now we get to have fun watching these great players. You know, everyone here in the chat. Speaking of the chat, we got Lucas, the air hockey fan. Welcome in, Lucas. We appreciate you so much coming in here, checking us out. We also have Carm Nooch. It's game on Garth. Sure enough. That being said, check out what you guys have done over there at the AAHL. New flooring. A nice setup going on there. It looks very clean.
Yes, indeed. For those of you who were not aware, as Anthony's great shot there to take 4-1, and Sam with immediate response to cut it down to 4-2, we have recently been doing a little bit of construction work over at our studios. We've just been able to finally take out, for those of you who've seen before, the long tenured, well-weathered veteran carpet that's adorned the floors of our air hockey studio. It is no more. Right now, what you see is an epoxy table. What that means, for those of you who aren't too familiar with how epoxy works, basically it gives the players better grip. It's able for better grip and able to stay on the floor longer to bring the action closer to you.
I think this is the first time they've really had a good chance to play on the new floor. So, you know, we'll see if they like it or dislike it. It'll be an interesting, you know, have to ask the players after these matchups. That being said, 4-2, Anthony in the lead. Now 5-2.
Yes. 5-2, yes, and Dark Antonio taking some great advantage with his really absolutely rapid shots that he's been throwing at the Magic Man Sam, maybe providing some dark magic of his own. Sam now trying for his patented chase shot, but able to lose possession. Right wall doesn't quite get it to go. Another chase shot as Anthony takes possession. That cut doesn't quite get it. A right wall, that's another save. Another right wall, Jays, but tries a transition shot, but no. Back to Sam. Right wall, no good.
Right.
Takes back possession.
You know, we also got Emil in the chat. He came down there last month or month before. I don't know. It's been a little while now, but, you know, we appreciate you, Emil. Love seeing you in the chat.
Yes.
Said, going back to the game.
Back to the game now. And right wall again. That doesn't quite get it to go. And another cut. Not quite. Just trying to break that defense as best as Sam, trying to break that defense as best as possibly can with some right walls, but Anthony is remaining unfazed. But that shot will stick through with an absolute heater, whizzing past Dark Antonio to cut the lead down to 2.
Yeah, now 5-3. A nice close match going on now. That being said, we also have Kai versus Noel coming up, Nathan versus Spec, and Anthony versus Javier, as well as our fans' choice match, which is whoever gives the largest donation throughout the night gets to decide the final match for the night. All right, 6-3.
We've got plenty of options that will come. There's plenty of options that are going to come from that fan choice awards that you'll see throughout the night. Perhaps some unorthodox matches, maybe a tag team match, maybe something even wackier than that. We'll see what happens throughout this night. I'm really excited.
Sure enough, and we are also excited so much to have all of you in the chat joining us here to watch these matches. Mr. Biggs with the shout out to the commentators. Thank you so much, Mr. Biggs. We appreciate you. You guys are what makes this happen. You know, we love to showcase these moments in the AAHL.
As we had just missed by, Anthony was able to close out that first game with a nice shot there to take the first game of this best of 7 set. And Sam is already looking to take a game back of his own. He's already got back-to-back points of back-to-back right walls. Very interesting, fast start from the Magic Man.
Right, Anthony getting that first win and then getting too relaxed. Sam seeing that and taking advantage of it, quickly
Already had put
landing
himself in a
a
3-0
good lead.
hole. Make that a 4-1 hole, down by 3. Great start from Sam Self there, but Anthony now putting himself in a little bit of trouble here in game 2. Make that 5-1. Sam is going absolutely ham in the second game.
And Sam is considered the underdog here, ranked number 8 against the ranked number 5. That being said, Sam used to be a strong number 2 back in the day, and he only recently came back. Only a few months ago or a month ago? So
he's only been back for about 3 weeks if my math is correct.
So less than a month, and he's trying to win back that that placement. So he was saying that he wasn't sure where he would place himself, and right now he's currently 8. So we'll see if he can climb his way back up to the leaderboards there.
Indeed, and with shots like that, it'll be sooner rather than later before he gets back to number 2, potentially even threaten number 1 as he's already in game point position. Back and forth shots these go. Ooh, good save from Sam. Now in possession, right wall doesn't quite get it to go. Now back with possession. That right wall will stick just like that. Coming back, bouncing back with a vengeance. The Magic Man provides some magic of his own with a dominant Game 2 victory. How
what
about
a beautiful shot that is. He brought it way up to that far left side and was able to hit just a devastating right wall over. And, that one is just brutally good. I would love to see some more of those shots from Sam. I don't know how you defend against that one.
And as they immediately jump it into game number 3 of this set. Looking at the chat real quick, saying from Mr. Big, saying the get back is real. Yes, we did see that in game number 2. These two players are absolutely competitive. One thing that is for sure that we've seen from both of these players is that these two have, if there's one word to describe both of these players, both Anthony and Sam, it would be speed. Their shots are quick. They may use that speed in different ways. They may use it in different circumstances, but the speed is always there. It's blink and you'll miss it every single shot they provide. And
right, their wrist
if you are not
is definitely top tier. They definitely have a good flick, quick shot going on between both these players.
Agreed. It is absolutely blink and you'll miss it kind of shooting from these two competitors. As a timeout called from Sam, as Sam has already, just like how in the previous game where Anthony had found himself in a 3-goal hole, now Sam is in a 3-goal hole of his own, now down 3-0 and trying to get his get back.
Perhaps it's just something about that other side. Now they got a new flooring in. The player's going to have to get used to that sensation, right? It kind of switches things up on them. Maybe they were used to the position of the air hockey table before on the carpet, and first time for them on the epoxy.
Great right wall under from Sam to get himself on the board, potentially looking to wake his way back here in game number 3 now with possession. Right wall doesn't quite get it to go, bounces all over the place, but eventually it goes back to the Magic Man. Tries to set up a cut, doesn't quite get it to go. Another right wall is saved brilliantly by Dark Antonio, but Sam is not letting up on the pressure, but neither is Anthony's defense. But Sam is able to sneak past a left wall under with precision and speed, cuts the lead down to 1, but Anthony with a right wall of his own to restore that 2-goal lead, and a right wall under again. Back and forth these competitors go, now 4-3, what was once 3-0.
Right.
That is how quick
giving an inch.
That is how quick these scores can change. But an own goal, and now our score is tied, but Anthony manages to take the lead right back, 5-4. And now the lead tied. Would you believe we just had a point of criticality and now it's been broken? 6-5 game point position for Dark Antonio. Blink and you'll miss it here, folks. Do not look away from your screens because this game is going at a lightning pace.
Absolutely, and a nice block there by Sam. Now Sam having another opportunity to try to tie this thing up so he can have one more shot, taking Anthony
Goes
down.
back to possession. Great save from Sam, and great save again as the puck is sent flying off our table. Wow. Ref
And he goes
signals
for
the
that
play.
right wall over. This time Anthony does see it and defends against it. Sam getting
it
back
does-
control of the puck. Goes to the right wall over.
Not quite enough.
Sam taking his time, goes for that right wall under this time. But Anthony
once
easily
again,
deflects it.
another great save and is sent. The puck sent flying. Ref signals the goal, and that first shot, left wall over, does just enough for Dark Antonio to sneak past. Look at him looking away from the goal. One tap, one shot, 7-5. Game 3 is all Dark Antonio.
Absolutely. 2-1 now. Anthony taking the lead in this matchup between the two now. Is this a 1-set match or is this a 2 out of 3 sets? Do we know?
This will be a 1-set match, so that means out of these, there will be 7 games played. This will be a best of 7 matchup here, ladies and gentlemen. So,
and Anthony only needs 4 more wins, or excuse me, 2 more wins, 2 more
Yes.
games, and he will take it all. You know, so whoever gets to 4 matches won first takes the win.
yes, indeed. And but considering the back and forth nature of these past 3 games alone, I wouldn't be surprised if this goes the full 7, Caleb.
Right.
And
Now,
just like
1-0,
that, Sam
taking the lead.
first blood, but goes back and forth, and the puck is sent flying once again. Looking at the comments, we have Lucas, the hockey fan, saying, Sam in 7, y'all. He is backing the Magic Man. Much like how the Florida Panthers have been dominating in the Stanley Cup, perhaps Sam can do some domination of his own.
Right.
Yes, but Fluffy Dragon Slayer also adding a great point, saying Anthony's killing it. I'd agree and also slightly deviate to say both of these competitors are really, really providing the best air hockey that they possibly can on this Monday night matchup. Even as we go even as it's only been 1 goal, we see these players going back and forth and continuously providing the heat and upping the pressure on both of them. Lucius the hockey fan saying Sam Reinhart. Well, that is quite convenient, isn't it? But Sam Reinhart and Sam Bennett, and as he gets himself into a 2-1 lead now, but now with possession tries a couple of back-to-back shots.
Himani in the chat saying, just became a fan of this sport, literally. Well, thank you so much for becoming a fan. We appreciate you coming in here and letting us know. That's what we do this for. And that being said, you could be more than a fan if you'd like. You could join in on the air hockey action. You could also reach out to us at AAHLconnect@gmail.com. That being said, going back to the match, 2-1 now.
2-1 now in favor of Sam Self. But with Anthony with possession, tries a couple of shots back and forth. These two go. Now setting up his right wall, Anthony. That gets saved. Not enough on that cut either. That right wall, quick as he like. That's a tie at 2 now. Now Sam with possession tries a right wall of his own. Tries a right wall of his own. Not enough. Anthony tries to take a couple of cuts down. Another right wall sneaks just past Sam's defense. And to now take the lead for himself, Sam tries a right wall of his own, doesn't quite get it to go. Another right wall, that one will stick. Tied at 3.
3-3, nice job by Sam keeping it close, but Anthony right back at him with the double wall there.
Great double wall from Anthony. Sam had no idea where that puck was going. And now taking the lead for himself is Dark Antonio. Anthony Spanberger. A little bit of a diamond formation at the top for Sam Self. Left wall, that doesn't quite get it to go, but keeps possession. Another right wall. Great save from Anthony. Another right. Just responds with an immediate right wall like it's nothing. 2-goal lead, but don't count out the Magic Man cutting the lead to 1.
Right, 4-5 now. Both players just keeping it so close. You know, hitting their shots, very accurate on these shots.
Okay, so as we've just been informed from our studios, from the backstage at studios, this is indeed a challenge match. So this will be best of 7. This will be a 2 out of 3 set. So in fact, it is not just a one set. It's not just a best of 7 for one set. We're getting 2 best of 7s in this challenge match, as they've already reached the point of criticality here in Game 4, and both of these competitors are trying, scraping, clawing desperately to try and gain possession to break that criticality, and it will be Dark Antonio doing just that in game point position, looking for a dominant 3-1 lead, but 6-6. Show me our first one of the night. Who's going to break that? Show me. Right wall doesn't get it for Sam Self. Another right wall from Anthony saved.
Will Anthony lead a 3-1 game?
Yes,
Anthony
indeed.
now goes for the cross, doesn't quite land it. Looks like Sam going in for the cut. Goes for another right wall under, but Anthony does defend it pretty well. Now Sam going back for another right wall over, and that is it. 7-6, 2 games to 2.
2 games to 2, a valiant effort from both players, but the resiliency of the Magic Man is shown right there, and what could have been sheer danger, he may have just avoided to keep this series close. We're now at 2-2 in this first set.
Right, you know, this is a interesting matchup. I'm not sure exactly what will happen depending on which player wins to their ranks, but I mean, you know, it's a rank 5 versus the rank 8, so I believe if the rank 8 wins this, they will be moving on up.
It will be.
All right, now
definitely.
the face-off once again, and Sam getting the face-off control here.
Yes,
It's
yes,
away
yes.
to Anthony.
And looking at the chat once again, we have Lucas the hockey fan saying Sam Reinhardt wins it 7-6 in OT. Very nice. And Isaac Surreal saying this is called Sam's game. Ivan Almaraz saying hi, welcome, welcome, Ivan. Mr. Big saying yo, number 8 locked in. That's what the Magic Man can do. Yes, indeed. And Lucas already making another prediction for this game coming up, saying 7-5 in Sam's favor. Well, considering how close this game is, you might get something close to that, if not the exact number, as Sam already goes back to retake the lead he'd already started with, now 2-1 in his favor. Back and forth, these two go now. Taking possession, that cut gets blocked. Right wall, great shot from Sam. Anthony wasn't even able to see it. 3-1 lead now. Another right wall gets saved. Another cut that's saved. Back with possession, right wall. That's not good enough, but that cut will get saved as well. A right wall from Anthony gets saved. Back to possession for Sam. Great cut in there. Managed to sneak just on the inside. 4-1 lead now. All right,
so we hear for one final time from the studio, not once but twice, that now it is actually only one set. So whoever wins these next 2 matches, which now that round just ended, it's up to Sam. If he wins one more match, he takes it all. Whereas if Anthony wins the next 2 matches, he takes it all.
And Lucas, this may not have been a 7-5, but is just as dominant as Sam Self takes the 7-3 victory and as we mentioned, is 1 game away from taking this entire set for himself. Will Sam Self be able to provide a little bit more magic to close it out, or will darkness reign supreme for the next 2 games? Here we go.
We got Ghostrifter in the chat saying there is a lot of air hockey channels popping up now. You know, I'm pretty sure we are the ones that really started the movement, and we appreciate you being in here with us.
Yes, indeed. We
Right,
are
1-1.
always grateful to see you guys here that show up and like, comment, subscribe, even leave a little donation every now and then. It helps for whether you're showing up for Sunday night, the Idaho Golden Cup, for these Monday night matches. We absolutely love and appreciate you all for showing up here tonight. Thank you very much. And Isaac Surreal is saying, "I'll buy Sam's rookie sports card at this rate. With the performance that he's been giving, I wouldn't be surprised if that sports card ends up going for a pretty penny. But don't count out Dark Antonio just yet. But don't count out Sam either, as we've already got a tie. But Anthony with an immediate response, 3-2 now in his favor."
Right. We just want to appreciate all of you who liked and subscribed, including you, Love Bug, for liking and subscribing. And everyone else in the chat, too. We've got Surreal Eye saying, "I'll buy Sam's rookie sports card." I don't know who wouldn't.
But
2-4
with a
now.
tough own goal, Sam Self has got himself down in a 2-goal hold. Only down, but it's only 4-2. And considering the efforts we've seen from him in this first game, I wouldn't count him out yet, but neither would I count out the Dark Antonio Anthony Spanberger here tonight. But Sam looking for that right wall to try and break Anthony's defense, but can't quite get enough. Anthony now taking time with his possession. That gets blocked. Sam tried to change his shot, but that doesn't quite get it to go. And now Sam going to sand the puck, give it a little bit more friction, a little bit more speed with how many times this puck keeps getting hit to and fro. Maybe it's shots like that that'll help him get forward, but Anthony is not phased at all, restoring that 2-goal lead with ease.
3,
But Sam
5 now, though. Sam trying to catch back up.
Trying to catch back up with a great left wall under just then. And
Now 5
yes,
for
he
5,
did.
the point of criticality, a nickel apiece. Anthony's going to have to shut him down here now, or else the momentum will go into Sam's favor.
Yes, indeed. But it's Sam with the determination in his eyes, the fire in his shots. He is looking for every single opportunity to get himself closer. 6-5 match point position for the Magic Man, but the puck gets flipped over. Possession in his favor. Now lining up a shot, right wall gets blocked. Ooh, Anthony can't quite corral it back. Possession was
And sure enough,
that'll do
takes
it.
the win. The rank number 8 versus the rank number 5. The number 8 making a climb, a leap into the finals against this man. I wonder how far he'll go here at the AAHL.
Sam Self over this past month has been shaking off the rust. It is with whether it's dominant performances in the Idaho Golden Cup or just what we saw tonight. What a performance.
And now going over to these two players, we'll hear from them. Leave your comments and your questions for these players. One of the questions I have is, how did you guys like the new flooring?
Loved it.
It was great.
I loved it. Never never slipped once.
Especially
so
my
you guys
slipper
like
boots.
it better than the carpet. You like it works real well with playing the air hockey.
I can't even force myself to slip.
It's really grippy.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. All right, well, congrats to you, Sam. And
Thank you.
What a match. How
Thank
you guys
you.
feeling about that?
I'm feeling pretty good. Coming in, I was a lot lower rank, and coming out with the win always feels good.
Sam kind of taught me how to play 2
Right.
years ago, so
Yeah,
that's great.
I got a little bit of a cheat code on him. But
So Sam originally taught you how to play, and then he took off, and then you started climbing the ranks. Now you're ranked number 5. He's ranked number 8. But he used to be ranked number 2. So it just goes to show that he's finally getting that rust off, huh?
yeah, knocking all that rust off. It's a lot easier said than done.
Right. Well, we got a lot of people in the chat yelling things out. You called it, Lucas, with the I believe the score. He was predicting the score.
Yes,
we got
Yes,
Elvis.
indeed.
We got Elvis in the chat saying, yes, once again, welcome to the ESPN 8, the Ocho. We also have, you won't catch Sam slipping. Not
Never
with that new
slipping.
flooring.
Never slipping.
Yes, indeed. And another question from Lucas, the hockey fan, indeed, saying, question for both. How did you guys think both of you guys did throughout that set?
I think I played really well. I definitely had a lot of unforced errors I would like to clean up before Worlds for sure. And I think Anthony played a great game.
I could have set up my shots a little better and took my time, but
well, I had to. I thought I was gonna lose after the first 2 games. I was like, I don't have a chance here. I'm gonna get
well, the
floor wiped with
7-2
me.
you got me on was really good. And that was a great one.
But
Right.
all right,
Yes, indeed.
Isaac,
Isaac.
Isaac Surreal.
Yeah.
I will give you my autograph. Just pull up. I got you.
Not only does he want your autograph, he also wants your rookie card when it comes out.
I'll send you one when they're made. I'll send you my rookie card,
There we go.
Yeah.
and I'll sign it. I'll sign it too.
Aside from you, that's dope.
And one more question from me as well, especially Sam, seeing that you've been back here for about a month, and obviously it's been great to see you, slowly getting yourself back into the mojo, shaking off the ring rust, an amazing Idaho Golden Cup win just a couple weeks back. One question I think I and a couple of other people would probably have curious is like, what's some things that you've been learning from the people you've been playing since you've gotten back into the swing of things?
I think the biggest one is you can't leave for a year and not play air hockey and expect to still be good. But my defense definitely just these guys have improved so much in that year span. So like my defense has just been forced to improve to win these games, and if I can't do it, I'm not winning. So the biggest one would be my defense.
Right. Yeah. I had the similar situation when I first came back. I came in the first year, and it was like a 50-50. I felt like I was pretty on par with a lot of the players. But then when I came back with, when everyone showed up there this time, I mean, it was just way different. Everyone had great defense, great shots, and it really makes a difference.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you guys so much, both of you.
All right,
and,
thank you.
I guess we'll be going on to our next players. Remember, if you guys like what you're seeing in the chat, like and subscribe. Double tap that screen. Let us know in the chat. You guys can also do super chats, which we'll definitely read those out or respond to those. They're a lot easier to see
indeed.
while the game is going.
Yes, and we have ourselves, and once again, a very, very great matchup. And once again, to reiterate what Caleb has said, if you like what you guys have seen so far in the stream, to all the 101 people that have shown up so far, if you like what you see, be sure to give it a like. Give it a like if you enjoyed the stream so far. Give it a subscribe if you really like it. Tell all your friends. It's another fantastic Monday night. It may be hot outside, but the action here in the American Air Hockey League from the best of our competitors is cool as ice.
Right. I believe it will be Kai versus Noel, and Kai going to warm up here. That being said, check out our subscription count. We're up to 11,981 subscribers. Only need 19 more to reach the 12,000 subscriber mark. How cool is that?
Yes, and it cannot be. And one thing that I will also say here is that it cannot be understated how incredibly grateful we are to you guys for all the success and the support you guys have given us over the past few years. Because the fact that we've been able to make it to 10,000 subscribers, and a lot of you guys saw that celebration, and even as the numbers continue to go up and up and up for so many of us, it is almost bizarre to see how much you guys have enjoyed and come back to both these Monday night streams or the Idaho Golden Cup streams or even the Beat the Pro challenges that we'll have every now and then. We cannot overstate how grateful and thankful we are to all of you for the support you've given us over the years. This is just the beginning. The improved camera work that you're seeing here is thanks to your support. The epoxy floor that we've just installed is because of your support. all of these players improving and growing and getting better and better and better, which each and every passing week is all thanks to your support. And we are so incredibly grateful to you guys for every single comment, like, subscribe, or even just recommendation to your friends about this silly little stream you just happen to come across during like some random night when you were scrolling through something else. Even that means so much to us. So thank you.
One of the things that really got me the other night is we found out that a teenager in high school came across our channel and so did a presentation of our channel to his classroom. So that was really cool. Don't know if you're watching now, whoever you are, but thank you so much, for the love and support. And how cool is that? Never thought I would hear about that. Of all the things that could happen with this YouTube channel, that was not what I expected. That being said, now Kai and Noel about to have that matchup.
Yes. Now that was really
this, sweet. Between these two players. I mean, I want to say Kai because she is on a roll, but what do you think?
I think this one's going to be very interesting. We have Kai versus Noel. We have a very even matchup in terms of rankings, number 16 versus number 17. So it's not really a case of a large disparity in rating or ranking either. And both of these players, even in the Idaho Golden Cup matches they've had recently, have had some impressive moments. Kai herself actually got her highest position in the most recent Golden Cup tournament, finishing an impressive 4th place, and in a bracket that featured the likes of Anthony Stanberger or Chance and Josiah Kamichik as well. To be the best of the rest in that scenario is a real testament to the improvement that she's shown over the past few months, going back to that improvement statement. But also don't count out Noel either, having won 4 games of his own in the previous Golden Cup, including beating his longtime friend and rival Nacho as well. He had told me in that tournament he had never beaten Nacho in a matchup in any of the Golden Cup games that he has been part of, and managed to finally break that mold. So I'm intrigued as back and forth these two go. It's already 3-3, just as we've talked about it. Unbelievable.
We got the Lucas Air Hockey fan in the chat saying, "Hey, when are you guys going to be in Florida?" I'm not sure if they're headed to Florida or not. I believe North Carolina was going to be the destination, but correct me if I'm wrong. We'll have to get Nathan in the chat so he can let you know when that time frame is.
Yes. And I do not believe, if you want to check, but there is a way to check if you are looking for any sort of air hockey tournaments that are in your local state. In fact, what you can do, I will detail an example. You can type in ! and whatever abbreviation for your state. So let's say, for example, I would say ! ID, and our wonderful bot here would send...
Noel! Finding a massive opportunity there, sneaking that shot and landing it on time. Now 6-4. A little bit of an upset going on right now. And you can see
a little bit of an
Kai
upset.
is getting frustrated.
Yes, Kai getting frustrated, the frustration, the emotion on her face. But Noel is just cool, calm, and collected, and not even taking any of the emotion to pass. Just playing his own game and finding ways to break the Cobra's spirit here.
Right.
But as the verbal asymptote is guessing, she's probably just warming up. But in these kind of scenarios, you don't want to put yourself down in a hole unless you absolutely know you can make your way out of it. And right now, Noel in full possession, but that own goal might bring the Cobra Kai back into the seat of things. 5-6 only.
Called the comeback queen for a reason. Now that being said, Kai, we have Shelby in the chat.
There we go, 6-6.
6-6. Show
me. Yet another back and forth between these two. Now Noel taking possession. Right wall, that gets blocked brilliantly. Another right wall, that
And
sneaks
there it
in!
is, Noel taking game 1.
Second time's the charm for Noel right there. Great white wall. The first right wall couldn't quite get it to go, but he set it up, took his time, took another shot, and just whizzed it past the Cobra's defense. Game 1 goes to Noel. And going back to that Golden Cup this most recent Sunday, one thing that I had forgotten to mention as well is that this is actually a bit of a rematch from yesterday's Golden Cup, because in one of the round matchups was actually between our Cobra Kai and Noel, and that match was incredibly close. In a best of 3 set, the lowest, it was quite literally 7-5, 7-5 in Kai, 7-5 in Kai's favor, 7-6 in Noel's favor, and a 7-6 in Kai's favor. So these are two evenly matched opponents, and there is a lot left to be desired on the table. So let's see who's able to come out on top at the end of 4 games instead of 2.
For Kai, 1-0.
Yes, indeed. A great fast shot for Kai shows that she is not messing around here in game 2. And one thing that I've appreciated about Kai's mentality with these kinds of games is that she takes everything on a point-by-point basis. That may seem unorthodox for a couple of other people. Some people may say it's the scope of the entire game or the scope of the entire set. But no, for her, it's point by point. Every single shot, every single moment within that rally can determine the difference between scoring a goal or conceding one. And just like that, that own goal puts her gives her 3 points and gives her a 2-point lead. But don't count out Noel with an amazing right wall under.
Every brick is what defines the pyramid in the end. It is not all just one piece. You have to do it piece by piece, step by step. And sure enough, Kai taking those steps to try to overcome Noel here, and now 4-2.
Indeed, with a speedy cut just there, looking at that replay. Boom, absolutely quick. Noel was barely able to even react to that in time. But don't count him out just yet. Right wall, that gets blocked by Kai. But still with possession is Noel. Tries a cut, that doesn't quite get it to go. Now Kai tried Diamond Drift, but that gets blocked. Now Noel with possession. Another cut, that gets good. She tried to react.
Huge error there by Kai. Unfortunately, letting it slide on through to Noel. Noel taking massive advantage of it and getting a point, 3-4.
Cutting down that lead.
Now under, that devastating error is still playing tricks. Can she overcome that now and continue to take the win here?
Yes, indeed. But now Noel getting himself right back into his wheelhouse. He is standing with confidence and just taking his time, setting up his shots, and looking to provide the killing blow and push himself further and further away from the Cobra's grasp. But Kai trying again. Another straight shot gets blocked. This time a cut, and that gets rebounded in her own goal. Heartbreaking stuff here so far. 5-4 now. Right wall, that gets blocked. Tried an immediate transition shot, but that gets saved.
She does a good job going into the Diamond Drift, trying to maintain control, trying to set up her shots, doing a good job there, just getting back into the flow of things. Now 5-4 still, though. Noel in the lead.
Nearly puts in her own goal just through that rally. That gets saved, goes into the corner. Right wall, that's a great shot into the point of criticality.
Criticality, 5-5.
Yes, indeed. Noel setting up his shots. Left wall, that goes into the corner. Right wall, that gets blocked. Another lucky at a chase shot, perhaps. Sets up, slice. That doesn't quite get it to go. Able to save it and keep it in his own possession. Right wall, blocked brilliantly by Kai. Another save, but keeping possession is Noel, and that's probably important. The more shots, it's only a matter of time before he finds the right shot to break it, but he couldn't find it in that rally. Possession goes back to the Cobra. That cross doesn't quite get it to go. Noel tried to respond with the right wall. That doesn't get it. Left wall, that bounces around. Another left wall, no good. Trying to flummox the Cobra into a mistake, perhaps. And now, again, still keeping possession. Right wall gets saved. Kai tries to rebound.
Control here. You know, Noel had a lot of opportunities and just isn't landing it, but gets it back once again. This rally that point of criticality, really holding tight, but then Noel taking back the lead.
To find the shot that can break through, now in game point position, but Kai still keeping Noel on his toes with a couple of cuts and crosses, but not breaking it. But that'll do it. 6-6.
Another
Show me
between these two players. Can Kai this time lock it down? She recaptures it, goes for the cut, but no. Noel blocks it, goes for a forehand, but Kai blocks it once again. Another opportunity here, sets it up, goes for that right wall under. Noel getting control himself now with an opportunity, a chance. He goes for that forehand, doesn't quite land. Now, is he going to go for an offhand? No, he goes for a double wall. Kai getting back control. She sets it up now. Where's she going to go? She's going to go left wall over and lands it 7-6. Now 1-1.
Yes, 1-1 with even competition from these two players. We've got ourselves, dare I say, so early in the set, we've got ourselves an interesting matchup here, folks.
An interesting match indeed. You know, she had a couple errors going into that game. You know, she was in the lead, had those errors. It really brought her down for a second there, but then she managed to just hold tight, and just like true to her name, the comeback queen made it back, taking that game now 1-1.
Yes, not letting it phase her one bit just now. But now, on to game number 3, as the ref graciously sets up the puck to get them ready for the face-off. And here we go. Noel, he takes immediate possession and just scores like that. Doesn't even waste any time to get himself on the board.
That first point last game. Noel making the first point this game. Very quick indeed on both these players. Now 1-1.
1-1 indeed.
And now the chat starting to really take a move here. We got the verbal saying yes. We got Space Cat saying smash. We got Mohammed Ali saying, I feel like I could play this. You should come out and play it. Although playing versing the pros is a whole nother story. It is quite the event. Now we also have Matt Jackson saying yes. We got Vi Rainsberger saying Noel is doing so good. Yes, he is. Now 3-2, keeping it close. We got Isaac saying number 10 is my favorite number. I could agree with you. You know, being the ace on what is it? Is it the captain or the ace for soccer teams? I believe number 10 is supposed to be the what that's for. But anyway, now 3-3.
Yes, indeed. Usually the captain, but sometimes also the striker, the most lethal player on the entire team. And as both of these players are showing their own lethal instincts to try and break their way through and snatch the game for themselves to break the tie in the set. Noel now with possession. Straight shot gets blocked brilliantly. Kai tries to cut of her own, nearly goes in her own net off the momentum rebound. Another left wall.
Quincy in the chat saying, get in the kitchen, Kai, cook him. Start that cooking. Can she do it? 3-3. Will she take this lead here, or will Noel? That being said, do we have a pull-up? I believe we do, so remember to throw in your vote. Who do you think is going to take this win, Kai or Noel?
So far, with 96 votes, 58% are in Kai's favor, 42% for Noel. Considering how back and forth these matchups have been going, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that poll gets even closer and closer to 50-50, as it's tied 4-4 again. Neither player giving each other an inch. Great save. Tries the straight shot. That gets it to go. Takes the lead again, the Cobra.
That lead going back to Kai.
Yes, indeed, 5-4 in the Cobra's favor. Now 6-4. Finally, a player could actually give themselves a breathing room, but maybe might not even be enough breathing room considering how back and forth these two players go. Still, Kai in game point position, but Noel with possession and looking for the shot to bring himself back in the game. Right wall, that gets it to go.
Right wall over. 6-5 now. 2 more for Noel, 1 more for Kai.
Yes, one looking to close it out, one looking to get find a way back in as possession goes back to Noel, and that sneaks in for 6-6.
6-6.
Show me
Right wall
Can
gets
you believe
saved.
it? 3 sixes in a row. You know what that means.
3-6-6
Either way,
ties.
who's going to get the dub between these two now?
Now Kai with possession, a little bit of a diamond drift that gets blocked. Tries the short
Kai,
shot, that'll stick it.
7-6, taking the win in game 3, making it 2-1 in this set matchup. As speaking of which, I believe it is just a 1-set match.
Yes, it is. This is a 1-set match. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a best of 7 set. So it's moments like that, it's shots like that, it's games like that that can determine the true difference between success and failure. And with a head and hands moment from Noel, you can only imagine the emotions going through that young man's head.
Right. Well, you know, there's winning and then there's learning, and right now Noel is learning to accept this short-lived defeat, and maybe he can overcome the queen of comebacks. We'll see. Can
Yes,
Noel
indeed.
take this win?
Looking at the comment section right now, we've got from the real Quincy saying, "Get in the kitchen, guy, to cook him." Yes, indeed. And she did do that in that game. Matt Jackson saying, "Kai, so intense." Lucas, the hockey fan, "Noel!" Nathan Bus, "Let's go." And then also from the verbal asymptote saying, "Here we go," as we start in game 4 just now. Vi Rainsberger with an interesting question that I will keep in mind, saying any significance in Kai's number 49. I don't know personally, but it's a question I'll keep in mind. So just keep that question in mind once we get to the end of this matchup. And
We got the
Isaac's
Daily
real
Charger asking, "Is this a tournament?" No, this is just set matches between players. And, you know, we'll see who takes this win. They'll continue to climb the ranking system in the AAHL.
Yes. And as we go into game number 4, once again, these two are locked at the hip. Tied 2-2 once again. And now,
Very close
the
matchup
Cobra with
between these two
possession,
players. A
straight
nice
shot.
setup into a cross. Now 3-2. Kai taking the lead.
Yes, indeed. Right wall, not quite enough. Another right wall, that's not quite enough. But Noel still with possession. Back, trying those shots to break the Cobra's defense here. Taking his time. Tries a little bit of a fake, but that doesn't phase the Cobra one bit as she now takes possession. Couple of shots, no good. Left wall, that just smacks the corner. A little bit of a mini diamond drift, setting up his shots, and that cross will do just enough to sneak into the corner to get herself a 2-goal lead now. 4-2 in game number 4. Looking to perhaps take a dominant 3-0 lead, but that own goal will not do her any favors. Cuts the lead down to 1. 3-4 now, only.
And Kai with the puck goes for that cross and lands it.
Once again, looking to be a favored shot for Kai in this shot, but do not count out that right wall under. My goodness, what speed. And that, but that cut, that cut does just enough.
Game number 4, will she land it or will Noel make a comeback? No.
And that'll do just enough. 7-4, a very impressive matchup. And what we've seen for the past 3 games, we've seen back-to-back. We've seen back-to-back-to-back 7-6, 7-6, 7-6. This time, there is no doubt the Cobra is wrenching closer and inching herself closer and closer to a dominant win. Now up 3-1, a huge stranglehold on this matchup.
You know, Kai really doing a great job taking these wins, you know, showing everyone that she is not just the puck girl. She's not just the starter puck girl. No, she is climbing those ranks to try to take these wins. So we'll see what happens. You know, can she take down Noel here?
Yes. Here we go. Now getting into game number 5. And once again, to all of the people here in chat, we've got ourselves 240 people in chat right now, 46 of whom have liked if you like,
Oh, and
if you
then
like what you
Noel
see
once
here.
again getting that quick face-off point lead, but can he keep it?
Yes,
Ooh,
yes.
2-0 now.
2-0 now. Already a hot start for Noel so far. Taking in and a couple of shots. That one goes in off the mallet of the Cobra.
Kai trying to take just a quick breather after that one. 0-3 now.
Yeah,
Noel
trying to take a quick.
really doing a good job in this, fourth match. Something he really needed to do. This is a one-set match. She only needs one more game, and Noel's trying to say, no, I'm still in this, and doing a great job of it. 4-1.
Yes. But
Now
now
42.
the Cobra slowly working her way back to try and take away this game now.
We got Balo in the chat saying, greetings from Poland. Welcome in. We got Albert in the chat saying, very, very good. Welcome in, Albert. We got Bernard saying that she is locked in. Welcome in, Bernard. Thank you guys, everyone who is in the chat. Like and subscribe. Now back to the game. 5-2. Noel still in the lead.
Still in the lead, and it's shots like that are keeping him in the lead. That right wall has been a favorite shot of his, and the Cobra is just helpless to stop it. Now in game point position, could we perhaps see a dominant game from Noel after seeing a dominant game from Kai, perhaps? But Kai able to keep possession now, tries the straight shot. That doesn't quite get it to go. Noel sets up the right wall, tried to charge it up.
By Kai. It's a little too late, I think, 2-6, but still a great job there. Now Noel going for that forehand double wall shot. Kai getting control of it once again.
It may look like
Noel recapturing it.
Yes, it may look like insurmountable odds, but considering it's the comeback queen, the odds may be low, but they are never, ever zero as she's continuing to keep possession, and it's crosses like that. That'll keep her
little by little.
Crosses like that, it'll keep her closer and closer and closer into this game. But Noel looking to close this game out, and that straight shot will do
Noel taking it
fine.
7-3. And
yes.
Shout out to Mebs watching from the Philippines. Welcome in.
Yes.
Stay safe out there in the Philippines and everywhere else. We've got all kinds of people in the chat. We got Bernard in the chat saying Noel for the comeback. Sure enough, he did come back.
Yes,
and making it 3-2. Now we'll be going to game number 6.
On to game number 6. Noel is not out of the woods just yet. Able to take a dominant win to keep himself firmly in the running to take this set on his own. But he still has a little bit more of a mountain to climb than the Cobra as he's down 3-2. But
that being said, we only need 2 more subscribers to reach that 12,000 subscriber mark. I think it's up there on the screen right now, so maybe you could be one of those 2 subscribers. Who knows?
Maybe.
All right.
We will see.
We got Leafy in the chat saying, I would play air hockey. Yes, you would. Air hockey is one of those fun sports. Now we've got Kai versus Noel coming into game number 6. And this time, Noel doesn't make that first point. In fact, it is Kai who makes that first point, 1-0.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of being as close as possible to 12,000 subscribers, we just broke that mold. Indeed, 12,000 subscribers. We're not going to go on too much of a tangent considering the game that is going back and forth, that we've already gotten a 2-2 tie. But thank you so much to all of you for subscribing. Thank you for 12,000 subscribers. Here's to 12,000 and many, many more. Now, Kai setting up her shots. Can't quite get it to go. Right wall gets saved from Noel. Now Kai in possession. Looking to set up shots. That gets saved brilliantly. But Noel able to make an immediate response to break that tie 3-2. But Kai brings him right back and says, oh, no, you don't. 3-3 tie now. Now Kai looking for an immediate response.
What a match it is. 3-3. Noel needing this game to continue the comeback. Kai, oh no! sure enough, she landed it on herself right now, 4-3. Now she's going to have to do another little comeback here in this match. And she does. Now 4-4, keeping it
does
close.
that with ease. Right
Kai
wall now.
only needs 3 more points to end this match between the two. Are you rooting for Kai or are you rooting for Noel? Right now is that time to throw your comments, your cheers in the chat for those players, because it is 4-4. Both are on the wire right now. Only takes a little bit to knock the other off. And
take shots like that to break ties. It only takes those kinds of shots to break those kind of ties. Ooh, but Noel nearly was able to bring it back to another tie at a point of criticality. But instead, Kai is able to keep possession and do shots like that to put herself in match point position. Timeout called.
Noel's
timeout called.
Timeout. He needs that breather. He needs to figure out, how can I make 3 more points in a row against the rank number 16 Kai, the Cobra. I don't know.
He's put himself in a bit of an uphill battle, but considering the kind of mojo that Noel has put himself in, considering the effort that he has put forth, it's not out of the ordinary. But for the Cobra, this is what she has been waiting for. This is what she's been looking for. The ability to definitively prove herself dominant over Noel after that Golden Cup, after coming so narrowly close to falling short. This is what she has been looking for, but Noel is looking to try not to give it to her, try to claw his way back to force a game 7, but the own goal will send him packing in.
Even give her the satisfaction of landing the final point. No, he landed on himself.
Unfortunate, but as they say in the world, a win is a win, and that is a win for the Cobra Kai, taking this set 4-2.
And now, what will she be doing with that $1 million win? We'll have to find out as these two players go to the chairs and see how they feel about those matches.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to leave your comments and your questions for these two competitors on what has been a very exciting matchup on this Monday night here at the American Air Hockey League.
All right, and welcome Noel and Kai. What a close matchup. You know, Noel and Kai, the first 3 matches, you guys were 6-6. Yeah. Very close. Mm-hmm. How was that?
Scary. Like, you took that first one, and I was like, oh no. And then, like, I took the next 2, and I was like, all right, I got this.
The next 3,
I took the next 3, and I was like, all right, I can do this. And you took another one, I was like, shoot, this might be my downfall. And then, yeah, thank goodness I clutched that last one. Made me scared. I was terrified. Where did I peak? My heart rate. Where did it peak?
I believe
that is a great question that I don't have the answer to.
I believe I did occasionally look at that heart rate. I believe your heart rate was about as much as 170 at some points, which is completely fair considering that as you mentioned, back to back 7-6 matches, 2 of which you had to break on your own, which is unnerving to say the very least.
It was like kind of cold in here, and then I started playing. Now I'm like sweating. It's so hot in here now.
Yeah, I'm sweating too.
It's so hot in here right now.
All right.
Absolutely.
And
I found
looking at the questions. Let's get into some questions that we've seen from the chat.
I saw one. It was from Bai. I'm pretty sure she asked the significance of my number 49. My favorite number is 7. It's my birth date. But Spec already has 7, so I went with 7 squared, so 49.
Smart. Little bit of math and that kind of bit of math to determine the numbers. I like the smarts there. We've got, and from some other questions here, we have a lot of people Complimenting the shoes you got there, Noel. Nice shoes. And what kind of shoes are we rocking today?
Thank you guys. These right here, they're the Retro 4s white cement. They just came out. So
wearing fresh shoes. I'm wearing my 2-year-old boots. This one's got a giant hole in it. This one's missing a nail or two.
How did you guys like the new flooring while playing up
it was
there?
really nice. Like there's no traction on these boots, and it kept me in place. I struggled with the arcade, and I struggled here before we got the new. I really like it.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very good.
It's got a nice amount of grip where
Awesome.
I'm not sliding around, but I can still move.
Awesome. Well, any recommendations for each other after playing against each other? Maybe what you could do differently to overcome.
Get your other shots as strong as that left or right under, because your right under is very strong. I blocked a few of them, but nowhere near like half of them. So get the rest of your shots as strong as that one, and you'd be a force to reckon with.
Appreciate that. Yeah, Kai's really good, guys. She's been doing this for years. All right, like how long?
Dude, I tell you, I went down there and she destroyed me too. So you know,
I started like 4 years
you
ago.
guys don't understand. You
Well,
know,
now I don't feel
once
so
you have
bad.
that time and practice. So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for letting us, giving us your comments and whatnot and answering our questions. And I guess we'll go on to the next match here shortly.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yes. And again, another amazing matchup here tonight in the American Air Hockey League. And of course, shout out to all of you who have been watching this so far. If you like what you've seen so far, be sure to give it a like, and if subscribe, comment, or even leave a little donation for all of us. Anything, even the littlest bit, supports us and really leaves a lasting mark on us here at the American Air Hockey League. And especially with the matchup that is coming up next, you all are going to really want to stick around for this one, because we have, of course, another edition in the Clash of the Titans that is number 1 versus number 2, Nathan Bus versus Peter Kai.
Always definitely a good clash between these two players. You know, we have a lot of people who tend to show up and watch these matches. You know, a lot of world players who also like to watch these matches, because both these players, you know, in the top 30, 40s, and, you know, they continue to iron sharpens iron. And so a lot of these, not only do the viewers like to watch and enjoy these great matches between the two, but also other players like to tune in and see these matches to find any kind of weakness or anything they can do for when Worlds comes up here in August.
Whether it's Worlds or even something more simple, something like Beat the Pro challenges whenever Nathan comes to their city, whether it is Utah, whether it is Oregon, whether it is here in Idaho, whatever the case, they're always looking for those little bits and pieces. What if there's a way to finally overthrow the pro? And perhaps they'll probably see something that we, the commentators, don't see, that some other people in the comment section don't see, as the key piece to overthrow the pro, rather. And another thing that we have, ladies and gentlemen, not only is this just a Clash of the Titans, but this is a Clash of Titans this is an extended Clash of the Titans, as this is our first and only best 2 out of 3 set matchup. So not only are you going to get to see one matchup between the 2 highest ranked players in the American Air Hockey League, you're going to see at least 2 sets. And considering how evenly matched these 2 opponents are, I wouldn't be surprised if you get to see at least 3.
Right.
So,
I mean, we got to see Nathan warm up. Now we get to see Spec warm up, and you can just see the difference in play style there.
And Fluffy Dragon Slayer with a compliment towards the epoxy floor, saying, "Oh my God, Bear doesn't blend into the floor anymore." That's a huge benefit, especially for the players as well.
Right.
For those of you who don't know, Bear is our wonderful, lovely our air hockey dog. It is
The Air
he
Bear.
is the Air Bear. Yes, that's the right nickname. He's been a wonder to all of us for every single stream, every single time we come to the AAHL studios. There, one thing that will always be constant when everything is said and done, you will never. One thing that's always 100% guaranteed is that Air Bear will always guarantee a good time.
Right.
And as we're warming up, right now, we have the polls up saying who will win, and so far, early bird, we have Nathan leading the polls right now. Very, very big lead there. 71, about 65, 70-ish%. Now, Caleb, what do you think? I know you've seen these players duke it out many a time. Many Monday nights,
you know what I think? I
many
think
Sunday
that
nights.
Sam
What do you think?
has a beautiful flamingo shot. I mean, just look at that leg. Just absolutely gorgeous. That being said, Nathan versus Spec, I'm just not sure who's going to take the win between the two. Both great players.
That is true. We have two great players, two matchups that have always, two great players in a host of matchups, past and present, that have always served to entertain both the neutral crowd and also excite both players and everyone who is able to come around and see these matchups. We've seen 2 out of 3 sets go to 3 sets and 7 games between each and every single one of them. We've seen dominant performances. We've seen tight nail biters. Anything can happen in these matchups. Not just saying the fact that these are number 1 and number 2, but in the nature of air hockey, in the nature of competition, anything can happen. And especially very recently, what with Nathan's underperformance in the most recent Golden Cup. Perhaps he's looking for a way to bounce back. Perhaps he's looking for a way something to prove to himself, not just physically, but also mentally, that yes, I am the best. I am the number 1. I am who I have always proven myself to be, the person who has spent years upon years duking it out, fighting, clawing, scraping to become not just the best in the state, but to create this air hockey league and to remain the best in that. And here we are seeing right now that is going to be put to the test against a treasured rival, someone who has pushed him to the limit and someone who has been more than capable of beating him. But will that be the case tonight? We will see. 2 out of 3 sets, first to 7.
Players, awesome job. Both different kind of play styles. You got Nathan. He's like a honey badger. He just keeps coming with ferocity. The more you verse him, the angrier he gets, the more green he turns. Whereas Peter, like a capybara, just doesn't matter who he's around. He just stays focused and no one messes with him. He's going to take on this honey badger. Which one's going to take the win between these two? I think the last couple times they've played, it's been close. I know that Spec has definitely won a couple recently. I'm not sure who won the last one, but it's been such an interesting matchup between these two players lately.
Is correct. And for those of you who were in the comment section did notice, and to bring that up as well, not only is this yet another Clash of the Titans, but we've also seen, if you look at Peter Kai right now, he is bringing out the big guns. You can see the gloves, the gloves on his hands, the arm sleeve on his left arm. We've got ourselves, he's busting out the big guns for a big time matchup. This is how much it means to these folks. This is how much it means to these two. This is how much it means to the American Air Hockey League. Here we go. Game number 1. Possession goes to Peter for the first section, but immediately goes back to Nathan. Diamond drift formation, lines up his dragon shot, tries a cut, doesn't quite get it to go. That left wall will sink in. That will be first blood to Nathan, but don't count out Peter with an immediate response. 1-1. Blink and you'll miss it, folks. These points, get ready. Keep your eyes on this game, folks. These points are gonna go fast. Now, Damager formation. What a shot there. Flummoxing Peter, catching him off guard to take a 3-1 lead now. But Spec being unfazed, setting up his shots, tries a cut, doesn't quite get it to go, blocked excellently. Right wall. Spec was standing still, 4-1 lead. Nathan hot off the gate, but don't count out Spec. Peter Kai, great right wall shot. Then Nathan wasn't able to defend either. 4-2, only a 5-2 lead now. Already gone back and forth. Already scoring a goal just immediately, not wasting any time, Nathan. And now 6-2 already in game point position. This game might be over just as quickly as it started. But now Spec setting up his position, taking his time, tries a couple of right walls. Nathan trying an aggressive charge to take back possession. Right wall, that is already over.
Feeling pumped because he knows that his first game isn't typically a winning one. You know, lately, you know, he's kind of a slow to start, but not this time. This time he's really hit his shots 7-2, taking that first win. A huge victory feel for Nathan now.
Yes, that is correct. And the comment section has been absolutely excited to see this one. And Matt Jackson was saying Nathan was nervous, peeping the heart rate. And if I was able to catch that, I believe Nathan's heart rate was somewhere close to 165. That Nathan's heart rate before we even started the game was already into the 150s. That is how much this means to him. That is how excited and energetic he usually gets with these matches. If you see any sort of clips with Nathan, whether it's in these tournaments, whether it's at Worlds, whether it's at Overthrow the Pro, you can always tell how excited he is, how much he always wants to bring that energy to every single game he has. Because
and it's not just for the game; it's also to the entire matches. You know, he remodeled the entire floor, and now he shot 2 goals in on himself.
Yes, and sometimes that energy can backfire on himself, but it also can be used for good. And now Nathan looks to claw himself out of the 2-goal hole that he himself
just like the Force,
put him in.
There are the dark side or the light side, but it's still the Force at the end of the day.
Yes, at the end of the day.
You know, own goal, but here we are, 2-1. He's made 3 goals so far. Spec hasn't made a single one. Until then. Now, 3-1.
Until then. Oh, but an unfortunate own goal will cut Spec's lead down to 1 now, through only 3-2 in his favor. Quick cut, doesn't quite get it to go, but Nathan able to corral possession, immediately goes in left wall. That gets blocked brilliantly. Spec taking his time, shutting down the speed that Nathan has been trying to bring to these matchups, and it's transition shots like that that'll punish him just as much. Already, after putting himself in a 2-goal hole, he's already tied it 3-3 now. Setting himself up in a great cut.
There's only 2 things that can destroy Nathan: himself.
Yeah, there's only 2 things that can destroy Nathan: himself or Spec. That much is true. And just going to the comment section real quick, saying from XQZT, saying, is this on daily? No. But what you are seeing here, these Monday night matchups, we have on every single Monday, with the exception of last week, but that was because, with the exception of last week, we've had these streams on every single Monday. And even last week, Monday, we had a preview, a collaboration with NC Air Hockey and their tournament over there. So you will usually see streams from us either this Monday every night at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, or on Sunday nights for our Idaho Golden Cup at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time as well. And also don't forget to see Overthrow the Pro matches, which will be announced for whatever location that our pros will go to, whether it's here in Idaho, whether it's Oregon, whether it's Utah, whether it's California. There are plenty of chances to watch this level of exciting air hockey that you're seeing today, as we've reached the point of criticality 5-5 now. Both players' heart rates at in the 170s. The excitement is palpable here, ladies and gentlemen, as Nathan Boss breaks the point.
Nathan only needs 1 more point to take the win. Once again, can Spec make the comeback here? He needs 2 more to go. He sets it up, goes for that cut, doesn't quite land.
Oh, tried to transition, not enough.
Nathan trying to go for that cut shot, not quite landing at the time, and Spec getting the win there. Now 6-6.
Show me, and he showed
He
him.
shows us all. 7-6 now, 2-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is how quickly these matches can start and end. We're already 2 games in, and it's been barely 2 minutes. And 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 high-octane games, 2 wins for Nathan Buss. And now Spec's got himself in trouble. Those glasses are fogging up with the pressure and the speed of Nathan Buss.
That being said, we got people in the chat, like the verbal, saying, that's what I'm talking about, Buss. And then we also have, do y'all go to Georgia? That's a great question. I don't know if we'll be headed to Georgia this year or not, but I do know that we are going to be headed over to North Carolina this year, as well as Texas.
Yes, indeed. And that Texas, and heading over to Texas, that will be for the Air Hockey World Championships in just a few months' time, I believe in August. So also, going back to the comments as well, as Nathan had pointed out, Ian Reuter saying, bro, 170 heart rate playing air hockey is crazy work. One thing, I will attest to this myself as somebody who has played not only Nathan, but also Peter Kai, Spec. These games get intense. The speed that you think of the speed that both of these competitors bring. Think of the excitement that both of these competitors bring. Think of the fact that these players have played each other over and over and over. Think of the fact that almost every single Monday night features some sort of matchup between Nathan Buss and Peter Kai. Think of the fact that these two have spent so many moons doing their best to improve their own skill up against each other and up against other opponents. This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with 2 players who know each other so well, but also know the fact that one mistake, one slip up can spell the difference between being up to being able to dominate your opponent or being dominated by your opponent. It is no rest for the wary here.
Spec is in the lead. Can he maintain the lead and take a game from Nathan now?
He's trying his best to do so, but with Nathan possession and shots like that, Nathan Buss is not giving Spec any chance to even come close to taking advantage of this game. But slices like that will make sure that Spec stays in possession of this game. Up 3-2 now in game number 3. Now Nathan with possession, another slice, another great shot, tied at 3 once again.
Spec going for that cross shot, not landing it. Excuse me, the left wall, I believe. And Nathan accidentally topping the puck there, has to pass it back to Spec.
And from H,
we have H in the chat saying, why is the heart rate so insane? Because both these players are playing at a very high rate of speed. You got to understand that they see reality in a slower time frame in order to capture that puck. Now 3-3, 170 beats per minute.
170 beats per minute for both of these players, either nearing or at it. And it's shots like, it's because of, and to answer your question, H, it is shots like that that's the reason why the heart rates are so high. The speed of this puck, you will see, as I've mentioned before, these games are going by quick as they can be. Shots like that, saves like that, require some pinpoint accuracy. If you are even millimeters too far to the right or to the left, it's the difference between defending against the goal and conceding against the goal.
Absolutely. You know, both these players bending reality around them, absolutely warping time. Now 5-3, Spec still in the lead.
Still taking possession, but Nathan with an excellent left wall under to cut the lead down to 1 now. Left wall, that gets blocked. Immediate right wall transfer, that doesn't quite get it to go. Setting up his shot again, that gets blocked. Nathan corrals possession, dodges a couple of shots, but that gets blocked too. Diamond drift formation, saved again. but shutting that down all with one slice to now put himself in game point position, looking to take this first game in this first set.
And there it is.
That
Spec
will
gets it with
do.
that right wall. I believe it was an under, but let's see it once again. Spec sets it up, sees his opportunity. Nathan way over. Nathan doesn't even have a chance to respond to that under.
And as XQZT saying, flat tire on the bus. I wouldn't consider it flat tire quite yet, but it is indeed. The road's getting a little bit bumpier to taking the first set, Nathan Bus, as Peter Kai sees himself to victory and takes game number 3.
Sure, and you can see Nathan does have that headband on now, so things are starting to get serious.
Things are starting to heat up. These players are starting to get more and more and more anxious as these games go on. You see Nathan in the corner trying to pump himself up, trying to keep the blood flowing, trying to keep the energy going. He knows that he is keeping himself closer and closer and closer to victory. But he also knows that every single point of every single game, of every single set he puts up against Spec will not be easy. So even the slightest flaw in his game could spell disaster. Now, Spec with possession. Slice doesn't quite get it to go. Diamond drift formation now. Right wall, great save. Now Nathan in possession. Great save on that cut, and a response from Peter only hits the corner. Diamond drift formation now from Nathan. Right wall, that's first blood in game number 4.
1-0. Remember, if you guys like what you're seeing, double tap that screen, like and subscribe, send out a super chat if you're enjoying these matches, these players going at it, and thank you so much, everyone in the chat. We got Rageface in the chat saying they both are really good. We got Vi Rainsberger saying, look out, Spec, Nathan has the headband on. He means business. That is true. We got Lucas, the hockey fan, air hockey fan, excuse me, I don't know. Either way, Nathan in 5. That's
still predicting Nathan in 5. And I honestly wouldn't put it past Lucas or anybody else in the comment section who's still thinking, despite that game 3 win from Spec, that Nathan still has all the momentum in the world to take
and even the verbal
this
believes that this is just a temporary bus stop. So we'll have to find out here shortly. Still 1-1.
Yes, only time that the result is only left to these two players, how they perform, what they put forth in this set. As they go, Nathan now with possession, tries a couple of quick shots, but can't quite get it to go. Leaves the charge there, but that right wall off speed just absolutely punishes him. But now Nathan trying to ramp up the speed, really trying to punish Spec, as trying to get this done and dusted as quickly as possible. But Spec is absolutely not in phase, but Nathan is still taking his points. 2-2 again. Diamond drift formation gets saved.
Nathan trying to enter into that flow state. You can see he's amped himself up. He's trying to get into that zone where the Ultra Instinct takes effect. But sure enough, still 3-2. And there it is, a huge double dinger danger. Look at that beautiful shot by Nathan.
But Spec is still keeping his possession behind all of this onslaught from Nathan Bus now. But as he sets up another dragon shot, a double fast shot there again. But Spec largely unfazed. Dragon shot was set right wall, great save. But possession goes back. Another great save, and now his possession goes to Spec. Tried the slice, nearly went in his own goal, but kept possession and kept momentum. Tried the transition shot. Ooh, immediately tried. Back and forth these two go, but neither person at the top. And I believe that's a penalty, and that will go in Spec's favor now. Ref signals the beginning of play. The continuation of play now. Try to slice again. Another slice, not quite enough. Just getting to the edges of the goal, but that's taking a moment to sand the puck now, giving yourself a little bit more momentum, a little bit more speed. And the verbal asymptote saying, love the dragon shots. Yes, indeed. And for those who are confused, what what you might see from Nathan a little bit is called a dragon shot. It's basically that. It's called a dragon shot because it's literally dragging the puck forward and then taking a quick second to make the shot whatever you want to be, whether it's a cut, whether it's a cross, whether it's a left or right wall shot. It is a great move to fool your opponents into thinking wherever this puck is going is not where you're pointing it.
Nathan trying to capture that there. Nice job there by him.
Does so successfully. Now Spec taking his time, sets up the straight shot, but that doesn't quite get it to go. But that straight shot does the job. 5-3 now.
We got Drew in the testing. 60 big ones on Peter. We'll have to see.
That's some pretty big money right there. But considering how he's been performing, I wouldn't call it a bad bet either. And just in case, for those of you who don't know who is who, Peter Kai.
The dragon stands into a cut. Doesn't quite land it though.
Yeah, in case people, for those in the chat who don't know who is who, we have Peter Kai in the blue jersey, who is currently down 3-6, and Nathan Buss in the white jersey, who is currently in game point position, up 6-3, and currently up 2-1 in this first set. But don't count out Spec. Now cutting the lead down to 2. Ooh, couldn't quite transition. Didn't quite top it, but was able to just lose, but still lost possession nonetheless. Now Spec keeping possession, adding a little bit more momentum. Now right wall, that gets saved. Adding a little bit more possession. Try it, the cut, that doesn't quite get it to go. Setting up the shot again, another one that gets saved. Nathan tries to rebound, but doesn't quite get it to go. Another cut.
Player in the chat asking who is who. Well, look, right above Nathan shows his name, and Peter, it shows his name right above him. Blue jersey, Peter. White jersey, Nathan. Now 6-4. Nathan with control.
As the puck is sent flying every which way. That is the kind of speed we're dealing with here, ladies and gentlemen. That even any form of defense can send the puck into the stratosphere.
Right. Welcome back, Joey. Once again, always a pleasure to have you here at the AAHL.
And now,
4-6. Spec with time. Tries to take Nathan. Tops it once again. Now, Spec goes for the shot and lands it. 5-6.
Slowly crawling
Nathan
his way
needs
back.
to finish this thing out. He sets it up. He gets
and
it.
that'll do it. Right wall over. Great shot there.
Per minute.
These two have been going back and forth. Hearts beating as fast as they can be, but Nathan just able to get just cool and calm and collected enough to score the goal, to now put himself in a dominant 3-1 position in set, and to take game 4 of set number 1, looking to take this first set and give himself an advantage in the entire matchup here.
Right.
And looking in the chat again, Michael saying randomly a dog walking there. That is our aforementioned Air Bear in question, always keeping a watchful eye on the action here in the AAHL. And of course, Bingo Maloney with a funny suggestion. You should put a pair of glasses over Peter's name. Might be an interesting suggestion. Who knows?
You
might add that on in the future.
Glasses, maybe if we could come up with some kind of mini picture of the players, So for Nathan, it would show a little white, jerseyed player, right? And then for Spec, it would be a blue jerseyed player. And then, for Cobra Kai, right? She would be a yellowish orange jersey. It'd be interesting. It'd definitely help identify, because that's their jerseys that they typically play in. So, maybe we could figure something out there in the future. So not a bad idea, Bingo.
Not a bad idea at all. But those are many ideas to keep up in the future. But as we return to the present and now bringing ourselves to what is now game number 5, Nathan Buss in a 3-1 lead in this first set of this first set here. Now looking to try and close out the first set and keep himself further and further ahead as he takes first blood. But don't count out Spec now. Try to cut of his own. That doesn't quite get it to go. Cross, no good from Nathan. Diamond drift formation now. Not quite enough. Just trying a couple of quick shots to break.
And now 2-0. Now remember, this is a 2 out of 3 set match. So if Nathan takes this win here, that will be 1-0. He'll still need one more set to take the win. So best 2 out of 3.
And Michael with another interesting question. Are you guys doing the commentary? That being us, you and me, Caleb. Are we just colleagues or friends? We are not just colleagues. We are also players in the American Air Hockey League, but we have also lent our voices to do the commentary for these Monday night matchups. And we have always been thrilled and excited to see this kind of action here, going back and forth, the best of the best here, not just in the state of Idaho, but potentially around the world, and seeing exciting moments like that, like this come to fruition as Nathan Buss
in the chat saying this is peak performance. Absolutely, we got 5-1 right now. Nathan really dominating on this matchup right now. Can Spec come back from this?
Yes, indeed. Nathan showing no mercy.
The dragon shot, but no, Spec does defend it. Nathan goes to another dragon. Kind of a slower shot there. His dragon stance into that right wall over. A nice shot there by Nathan. 6-1 now. Spec with a huge cut. A nice shot there by Spec. Don't know if it'll be enough, though, to save him. Nathan with the left wall under. Taking the win. 7-2. Now, 4-1, taking that set. We'll get to hear from these players here in just a second about what happened. Nathan taking a massive win there. I haven't really seen Spec play with the gloves before, and you got to remember, they are both playing on the new flooring, so maybe a couple things coming into effect there.
Perhaps, but let's hear it from the players themselves now. After that
questions, your
exciting first
comments
set.
in the chat.
Oh man, I've been loving watching the chat, by the way, while playing. My favorite one so far is it said like Spec's about to feed the shark, and so I went up to Sam and I was like this, and he got so mad at me. He got so mad.
I didn't even see that.
Baby shark? Oh yeah, man.
Dude, I can't hit anything with that puck. It's so weird.
I see Michael in the chat. Rage Tokyo Games endpoint saying, Peter, you got it next time. Well, it's not over yet.
It's a 2 out of 3 set, so potentially I have 2 more sets to play.
I mean, like, going into this, though, he's beaten me in the last 2 matches that we've had. So I really expected to lose this one today. Everything's kind of brand new in the studio. The floor is awesome. Actually, I have to ask, how did you like the floor?
I mean, I slipped on it once.
Did you?
My shoes are, like, kind of dead.
Okay. I actually liked it a lot. It's got a lot of grip to it. So a lot of things are different now. And to be very fair, and I think you'll agree with me on this one, I don't think either of us are playing at a very good level right now. And I think that...
yeah, no.
Like, I was watching you play me, and I told Sam, like, luckily, we're both not playing good, because if you were playing good and I wasn't right now, I'd be done. I
mean, it's like, I don't know why my defense is all broken up, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe in this next set I'll focus up.
Let's see, Matt Jackson saying, Nathan, shout out my boy Jack. I was close to saying it. I was so close. Kick his sea fish. We got Jackson, come on, Spec, you got this. Spirit Slayer saying, hi, players, what do you love about each other? Not just as a player, but as a human being. Okay, so that's the thing. Like, we became friends before we were really into air hockey. And so what I love about Spec is that he will do it to the best of his ability, no matter what dream I've ever had, no matter what idea. He's always made it better. He always takes something and makes it better no matter what. His handprint is all over everything here. That's what I love about this guy. He's extremely smart. He's analytical. He's also just a really good person. He's also extremely loyal. If he says he'll be there every single time. Okay, now see how good things about me.
Put a lot of pressure on
Okay,
Spec.
go on.
Never breaks
He's got the
down,
money
he'll keep
bags.
calling.
He's got the money back.
Without him, we wouldn't have air hockey. You know, it's the culmination of two people coming together making a big thing. It's a collaboration.
Can I steal this for Matt?
Fusion.
Get a room. So the strategy is to butter up Spec and get him off his game. No way, dude. Actually, that's true. That's actually true. When you like tick him off, he plays really good. So I'm gonna beat you. Congratulations on your soon-to-be loss. Good luck on losing a bunch, and I have tissues in the other room for you. David says, "Looks like a blast." All right. Any questions from the commentators? What you guys got for us?
Well, I have one, and I think it was a bit of a talking point earlier on as we were getting started for this matchup. But Spec, this is, I believe, the first time that I personally have seen you wear about as much battle armor as like I've ever seen you.
Yeah,
It's pretty lame. I agree.
Well, these are like football gloves, so they have like super hard grip on the front and then like breathable on the back. So it's just with my mallet, because I've noticed that like whenever I get sweaty, I slip and let go of my mallet. So this literally just prevents me from taking like letting my mallet take off. Also, like when I'm on the rail, my hand also gets sweaty on the rail, so I'm like slipping all the time. So I was like, I just put it on here, and then at the arcade, I like a few people hit it too hard, including Josiah, and it always pops up and hits my wrist. I'm like, okay, I'm not taking any more chances.
Maria's saying, "How are you so good? Tons of practice, like a ridiculous amount." X even saying, "I'm subscribed. Thank you so much. We just hit, what does it say up there? 12,028 is what I'm seeing right now. Are you wearing a jockstrap? No, but there's a funny joke behind that, and I'll tell you about it later."
I always dip below the goal so I don't get in the jock.
Right? Thank you guys for subscribing. Also, if you double tap the screen and give us a like, we'd really appreciate it.
All right, let's get into the next
Let's
set.
dig in. Good luck, bro.
All right. Into the next set. We appreciate all of you guys for the comments, the likes, the subscriptions, all of it. Definitely helps us out. You know, we're trying to make this more and more entertaining for you viewers. You know, how are you guys liking it? We got Daniel in the chat saying, very strategic. Absolutely. We've got Rage Face in the chat saying, "I'm glad y'all are having fun." Right. Fun off the table, intense on the table. Although if they're intense, they'd be camping. Either way, we've got these players getting ready to gear up and take it out on each other. So we'll see who can take the win here in set number 2. Will Nathan win the set and win it all? Or will Spec make a comeback set here in set 2?
See, and looking at the chat once again, we have from Fluffy Dragon Slayer, our wonderful mod Fluffy, saying destroy, and from Bingo Maloney saying, still think the announcers need catchphrases. That one's
speaking of
very...
catchphrases, don't forget to grab your snacks, your Tic Tacs, and all your knickknacks, because this is about to get good.
There you go. That's one catchphrase out of many, many more that we have in store. We might borrow a few. But hey, we might borrow a few because, hey, they're winning formulas and they work. So why not?
Absolutely. Both these players geared up with their mallets, their gloves, everything they can afford to take onto that table to try to take this win against each other. The number 1 in the American Air Hockey League, Nathan Buss, versus the number 2, Peter Kai. Nathan still one game lead, one
set lead, yes.
One set lead. Can he land the second set now? Game number 1 in set 2, the face-off.
Here we go.
Beck getting the face-off, but Nathan getting back control. Look at Nathan. He is in a quick, rapid speed now, 1-0. Spec trying to speed it up himself. Now 1-1.
And now Nathan, again, with the diamond drift formation, tries to go for the cut. Doesn't quite get it to go. A couple of quick shots going at a rapid pace. And there he goes to now take a 2-1 lead. Not wasting
Huge
any time,
recapture
Nathan.
there by both players. Spec with control, goes for the cut. Fakes off goal there. Another off goal. I think he might have tried to make that one. I'm not sure, but a right wall under 2 land at 2-2. Spec getting back control of the puck. Nathan gaining it this time now, 3-2. Spec tries to go for a quick release, but Nathan defends. Now Spec with time. Tries to go for a quick cut. Gives it away to Nathan, though. Nathan goes for a boomerang shot and lands it in on himself with the boomerang. Now Nathan sets it up into the Dragon stance.
Another Dragon stance, and that sneaks by. 4-3 now. Oh, but the momentum gets the better of Spec. Now opening up a 2-goal lead, but then he responds immediately with one amazing quick right wall. But don't count on Nathan carrying some speed of his own. Gets blocked. Left wall, an immediate transition shot into the point of criticality at 5-5.
And who's going to break that? Nathan is immediately 6-5 now. One more point to go for Nathan to take the game 1 in set 2. But no, Spec takes it now. 6-6. Show! As Nathan goes to the diamond drift, tries to go for the right wall over and gets it. 7-6. Nathan
just like that.
Game 1 in set 2. So quick, so fast. You blink, you miss it. A very good match between the two of them. 6-7.
Yes, and looking at the chat very quickly as we moving on to game number 2. Ian Root is saying, how many quarters have they used so far? See, that's the interesting thing. When you purchase your own air hockey table, you don't need quarters. You can play for as many times as you want, for however long as you want. So long as there's electricity and a will to play it, there will always be a game in air hockey.
Right.
And of course, Fluffy Dragon Player again saying Airbud is Air Bear's third cousin half removed. Of course, Airbud, Air Bear kind of let Bud have his fun, have the movies, have the star power, but Air Bear's the real superstar. But he's just humble with it,
Right. Now 2-0, Nathan, another big lead, starting this thing off. Nice cross.
2-1 lead. Back and forth these two go, bringing the speed and the power to every single shot they take. Now Peter with possession. Tried a little bit of a chase shot, but Nathan trying to find it as quickly as he can. Ooh, great block from Peter, but that couldn't block that one. That's a 3-1 lead now for Nathan. Whoa, right wall, what speed! Cuts the lead down to 1 to 3-2 now. Back and forth, trying to set up the shot, maybe trying to even flummox Spec a little bit. But Diamond Drift formation taking his time, but not quite getting the shots. Off speed, tried it, couldn't quite get enough of it in the corner. Setting up now. Spec tries his slice shot, that patented slice shot, but it's not quite getting it. Slice shot of his own from Nathan, that is not good enough. Setting up dragon shot, that's blocked left wall, great response. Tied at 3. That gets cut, the cut gets blocked. Chest up the straight shot, tried the left wall, that gets blocked. Back to possession for Nathan. That cross is no good. Diamond deflation. Setting it up, not enough though. Left wall, a little bit of an off speed, not quite. Tries quickly with the cross, that's no good. Another cross, that's no good. Left wall, that'll do it.
With the left wall under.
Left wall under, great shot from Nathan. But now Nathan taking possession, taking his time, tries a bit of a chase shot, tries to get Spec out of position, and that'll do just enough. Right wall under, 5-3 now, putting a little bit of breathing room, but Spec is coming right back, 5-4.
Nathan doing a really good job of just switching up his shots every time. He goes for that left wall, then he goes for the right wall, then he goes for the cut, the cross. And, he's really not doing too many repeat shots, which is something you don't really see Nathan do too much of. He usually does a lot of repeat shots when he gets frustrated, And so maybe that's what's going on here is he's not frustrated because he's winning. And so he's really doing a good job of keeping his arsenal wide and a big range of shots.
Indeed, but as Spec has now brought it to the point of criticality, you could only imagine it's a matter of not if, but when Nathan truly gets frustrated to see himself not being able to put those shots away, as now Spec's in game point position. But now Nathan immediately tried to go on the event 6-6.
Show me!
And Spec was him.
7-6. Spec taking the win. 1 game. Still anybody's match. Nathan one set up, but still a nice job by Spec coming back now 7-6. Nathan gonna have to figure out a response to that one.
To figure out a response quickly and how. But as they go 1-1, now
we got,
tied
Daniil
in the second
in the
round.
chat asking, are you guys not doing Sundays anymore? No, we are still doing Sundays. Last Sunday we did take a break. We had some people out of town for Father's Day and other things going on, so we did take a break on this Sunday. So definitely expect to see us next Sunday. That being said, here comes the face-off for game number 3. Nathan getting control.
Yes, and now Nathan with control. What a great save from Spec, and it's sent flying off the table. Interesting question from -22 saying, what are some illegal moves or fouls that can be committed in air hockey? Well, you have some basic examples. Basically, in the game, you have 7 seconds to move it from your side of the table to the opponent's side. And if you take too long in the 7 seconds, you're initially given a warning. One time is a warning. The second time, possession goes immediately back to your opponent. There's also some other things like topping, which is basically putting the mallet on top of the puck, which you cannot do. There's also foul. In terms of fouls, not much, but of course, when the puck is sent flying, if the opponent is the one to set the puck flying, it's your possession. If the opponent charges, if someone charges, it goes to the other player, and so on and so forth. But that's just a handful of rules in a laundry list.
Just falls under the unsportsmanlike conduct foul. That being said, 2-1.
2-1 in Spec's favor, but Nathan with possession, trying those cuts, try and break that possession. Right wall, no good. That cross will do. 2-2.
Nathan getting control. Goes for a nice off-speed forehand left wall under. What a shot.
I wouldn't even call that off-speed. That was so fast I could barely see it.
He tried to do it again, but this time he lost control of it. 3-2.
Diamonger formation. Tries to set up the cut, doesn't quite get it to go. But back into the Diamonger formation again, and that cut sneaks just past Spec's defense. Now 4-2 in his favor, but Spec responding immediately with a right wall under. And that is responded with another immediate response and another back and forth they go. Now it's 4-5. Setting up. Cut doesn't quite get it to go. Left wall, that does enough.
Left wall off-speed shot. It's not even so much an off-speed. It's like a cut. It's like a cut left wall under or something. It's really interesting. The way he's hitting it off the mallet.
It's sort of a deceptive. It's a deceptive move, and in a game where these two players know each other well, deception could very much be the name of the game in these kinds of matchups. Trying an aggressive charge, Nathan getting really aggressive with those charges. It's probably only a matter of time before he gets punished for them, but not at the moment, because that is his game winner to take game number 3. Now up 2-1 in set number 2. And as a reminder, Nathan has already taken, this is a best 2 out of 3 sets, and Nathan has already taken set 1. So now he's put himself just 2 wins away from taking not only this set, but the entire thing.
Right. We got Miadas. We got Miadas 22 in the chat saying, I'm here for the non-stop action. Well, that's what we do here. The non-stop action, especially between the number 1 and the number 2. Definitely high velocity, intense matches between these two players.
Yes. And of course, and yes, we are. This non-stop action is back and forth. That's what we always expect from these matches. For a matchup between these two, number 1 and number 2 in the American Air Hockey League. But it's only a matter of time to find out who has got the Midas touch.
Right.
And Grace, also a great comment from Grace Rivera, my apologies, saying, the floor looks nice. Yes, indeed. It is brand new. And I believe this is the first Monday night matchup with the brand new epoxy floor. One thing you need to know is that we've been doing some construction over the past couple of weeks, and it has finally come to fruition, our brand new epoxy floor, and the players have absolutely raved at the performance that they have given themselves on this floor. No slips, no trips, nothing of the sort, apart from a few. But even so, it has been a fan favorite so far.
Right. All right, now Spec with time. Can he make that comeback in game number 4? Nathan gets control of the puck. Nathan goes for the left wall under, but Spec does retain control. Oh no, but he lets it slide in on the rebound.
Lets it slide in on the rebound, but immediately gets himself back and set up in the momentum. But the right wall gets sent.
You know, and that's typically
flying.
how it goes. It typically does slide in on the rebound. If you know, you know. Now 2-0. Nathan with control. Goes to the right wall, doesn't quite land it there. Now Spec with control. Goes to the right wall. No, not this time.
But adding momentum and that slice.
Shot. What a shot by Spec.
That slice will always be his slice is always his bread and butter, and it shows in that shot just there. Nathan was just unable to even respond with any sort of efficiency or effectiveness. And now as Spec maintains possession, he tries it again, but it gets blocked this time. And again, but Nathan tried an immediate response, and that goes nowhere. But that left wall will do just fine.
That left wall off the shot again. It's just that deceptive puck shot right there where he hits it on the left side of his mallet. But now Spec's starting to read it, gains control, and shoots it in on him. He took that shot maybe just one too many times. He's starting to give away his maneuver there.
Give away his maneuver, starting to give away his play set. And now, setting up Spec. We got Spec trying that shot, but can't quite get it to go. Nathan trying to fool him, but not enough. Sets up the shot. Ooh, that gets set flying, but stays on the table this time.
Now Nathan with time and goes in for the dragon cut. Doesn't quite land it there. Tries to go in for a transition cut there as well. Still not landing it. Nathan goes to the left wall and nothing landing. 3-2 still. Spec ties it up. 3-3. Nathan tries to go for a quick shot. Does not quite land it there.
Yes. Trying to set up now. Tries another dragon shot position. That gets blocked, and another block from Nathan as well. Right wall gets blocked again. Set up. And that slice goes on the inside.
Spec taking the lead away from Nathan now. That being said, we'll go over here to chat and see what we got to be said. Here we got James WT in the chat saying Nathan is the modern day Elvis. We've got Matthew Frazier saying absolute peak cinema. Thank you so much. We got is XQZT still alive? I believe he is somewhere. Maybe he's out of the chat. Who knows?
Yes, he is, because he is begging for Spec to lock in, and considering Spec taking the lead, he's trying to do just that, but Nathan is keeping the pressure, because shots like that are, no matter how hard you lock in, shots like that are just so hard to defend against. Now tied at 4.
4-4. We got the CDV in the chat saying, what is this? This is the most amazing. The AAHL, the American Air Hockey League matches. The number 1, Nathan Buss versus the number 2, Peter Kai. And right now, Nathan in the lead, 2-1, 5-4. You stopped in unbeknownst to you on one of the greatest YouTube channels of all time. 6-4 now. Nathan still in the lead.
And looking at and as the comment section has been noticing, the BPMs are rising. It is getting more and more and more intense. Peter, especially in the 180s, as he's trying to find his way back. But if you didn't have these heart rate monitors, you wouldn't even know the pressure that these two were feeling. They almost look. One looks even cool, calm, and collected. But now 6-6, another show me.
Another show me between these two players. Nathan taking that time out, trying to secure this win. He just wants this all to end in his favor. Can he make it happen, or will Spec hold strong?
Formation, he starts off, and as the referee signals the continuation of play, tried an immediate cut, but it gets blocked. Keeps possession. Another dragon shot left, right wall, that gets saved. Still with possession now.
Gains control. He goes for the shot, doesn't quite land there. Now Nathan in time tries to go for that. Right wall still not there. Now Nathan setting up to the dragon stance. He brings it up, goes for the cut. Spec just holding on for dear life right now, just wanting to get control, possession, tries to grab it, but no, it's still too fast. Nathan sets it up again, goes for an off goal, trying to pull Spec away from his defense, goes into the diamond drift, fakes a shot, goes for that off goal again, taking his time, warming up into the cut, and lands it 7-6. 3 games, 2-1 in set number 2.
And you can just see the frustration on Spec's face. He's felt like he has done everything that he possibly could to keep the game close, to keep himself as close as possible within fingertips of forcing something different, but instead, it is still Nathan's to lose. Now up to a dominant 3-1 set lead. 3-1 game lead here, and 1 win away from taking the whole enchilada.
Absolutely, and who doesn't love an enchilada? Besides your toilet afterwards. That being said, 3-1. Now, possibly one last match. We'll have to see, can Spec make a comeback? Maybe he might have to ask Kai about the comebacks, because she is the comeback queen. You know, the puck starting girl there. And he might have to take a little bit of advice from that, because that's what he needs to do here. He needs to make that comeback.
Indeed. Who knows? We might have a comeback on our hands, or we might see another absolute masterclass from Nathan Buss. Game 5 will decide it all. Here we go. Possession. And as the two clash in the center, possession goes back to Spec.
There we go. Spec getting the first point, taking the lead. Can he keep it now? Maybe he can turn this whole thing around with a massacre 7-0. Who knows?
Who knows? Anything can happen between these two players. Anything can happen here in the American Hair Hockey League. So here we go. Right wall, that goes off the post. Left wall.
And bing, bada, bang. Nathan now tying it up 1-1.
There we go. Oh, nearly goes in Nathan's own net, but able to corral possession. A little bit of set up momentum. That gets blocked, but can't quite corral it back in. Left wall, not enough. Tries a couple of chase shots.
Bring the dog out there if they want it to corral in. Now 2-1.
Right wall will do the job just fine. 2-1 lead now. Right wall, that gets blocked. Setting up again. It's Spec. Right wall, that gets saved. Trying to put him away from his defense, trying to look for that open shot, but Nathan remaining steadfast. Little bit of charges there too, to potentially any sort of puck that comes back towards him, he's able to force in and score a goal all the same. Cut no good from Spec. Another cut no good. Right wall, that gets saved. Tries to transition Nathan, but Spec still managing to keep possession like nothing even happened. Left wall, couple of transitions,
Spec
but
doing
no
a good
good.
job of fastly setting. Can he keep control of the puck and take the shot? He does, but it doesn't go in. Nathan, maybe
doesn't go in.
using foul play. How in the world did that puck not drop in?
Who knows? Perhaps. Who knows? Maybe you could call it some nefarious activity, but nevertheless, Nathan now has possession, and he's trying to work his way through to add to his lead, to try and break past a steadfast defense, and quick shots like that will do it just fine.
3-1. We'll have to check and make sure there's no magnets in that table, just like at the casinos. You know how that goes. Now 3-1 though. Nathan with control, trying to take back this win and end it all for Spec. I believe Spec in their last matchup, I think he was the one who actually beat Nathan. So this is a revenge match, I think, for Nathan here.
Yes, indeed. Nathan had lost the last two matchups between these two, looking for a little bit of revenge in himself, but Spec is trying to make sure that doesn't happen anytime soon, clawing his way back, perhaps, in this game to begin the comeback, perhaps, as the lead is cut to 2. Now Spec, but it's shots like that, a great transition shot. Lead is cut to 1. Now just 4-3 from what was once 4-1, but it now becomes 5-3 off a left wall over, and now Spec with possession, taking his time. Left wall right under, not good enough, but that great quick shot right there, keeping Nathan on his toes, keeping the lead to just 1. But
now 6-4, showing he isn't washed up yet.
But Spec isn't washed
to a whole nother level. 6-5. Will he land it, or will Spec manage the comeback?
He went in, and now Spec with possession, not enough. Now tries to add momentum. The cut doesn't get it to go. Again, momentum, back and forth they go. Not enough still. Now Nathan with possession. Left wall gets blocked. Right wall gets blocked. Another right wall gets blocked. Multi-wall, that goes into Spec's possession. That gets saved.
If there
Back
was
and forth
ever
these
a
two
time
go.
to pull the gloves off, now is that time.
Who knows? Oh, tried a little bit of that trickery there, trying to just bounce it off his own ends and put it in, but that's not enough because that won't respond because it's 6-6.
Another
Show me!
Who's gonna take the win? Will Nathan land this final shot and end it all, or will Spec have another chance at a victory?
Spec be able to force a game 6. Here we go with possession. Let's go! Good!
7-6. Spec holding on for another attempt.
Spec is able to hang on for dear life and for now keeps himself out of elimination, forcing a game 6. Game 5 will go to Peter Kai.
An absolutely intense matchup between these two. You can see the frustration, the energy, the questionable facial expressions on these players as we going into these next matches. Will Nathan be able to take this next one and end it? Or will Peter continue to make a comeback here? Will this be that change in momentum that he needs to take the win?
Looking at
You'll
the
have to
comment
just
section.
stay tuned. Throw your vote. Who's going to take the win here between Nathan and Spec?
And looking at the comment section real quick, we have the comments have been going absolutely crazy. Verbal
Welcome in,
asymptoting.
Chris Nunez. Always a pleasure seeing you back here once again.
And from the comment section, we have the verbal asymptote saying, wow. Fluffy saying, yes. Daniil, holy moly. Vi, wow. We have all sorts. Let's go from Matthew Frazier. The comment section is going absolutely late, absolutely insane. Chris Nunez saying, how late am I? You're not too late. You're here to watch an absolute certified hood
You
classic.
might be here at just the right moment for this finals, but it's now 1-1, 2-1. Nathan in the lead. Nathan only needs one more game to end it all for the match between Nathan and Spec, where Spec is trying to make that comeback. But Nathan sets up the dragon stance now. And lands the shot, now 3-1.
Lands the shot, now
the chat, David
3-1.
saying, Peter! Will it be enough, though, to bring Peter back from the depths? Will he rise up and overcome Nathan here? Nathan sets up the shot and lands it, now 4-1. Spec is going to have to do something drastically different.
Now Nathan setting up for another dragon shot. Right wall doesn't get good to go. Ooh, tried to respond, tried to corral it in, but couldn't quite get it. But Nathan punishes him 5-1, revving up the clutch. Nathan has been waiting for this for quite some time, looking for that bounce back, looking for that comeback, looking for a way to remind the world why he is the #1 player in the American Air Hockey League, and now in match point position, 6-2.
Nathan gains control. He sets it up. He goes for that left wall, and he lands it even with the challenge. Look at this final shot replay. He manages to get a tip on it. He gains back control. He sets it up. He goes for that off-speed, weird touch left wall, and lands it even when Spec gets a touch on it. And then Pasa Baru says Miata's 22. Now we'll be able to hear it from both these players. The #1 taking the win once again after quite a bit of losses that he's had. This has been a long time coming. Nathan, how do you feel knowing that you aren't washed up?
Feel really tired. Here's the thing. Like, there's a difference between me beating him when he's at his absolute best and me beating him when he's not. And I wasn't at my best today. I was missing a lot of shots. I was hitting so many soft ones, I was just giving it to him. But the thing is that he wasn't hitting many of his overs, and he'll tell you the same thing. This isn't me talking smack. He wasn't playing
so unfair. I can't hit overs, but he can.
Yeah. So, like, it's one of those things where I want a rematch already. Like, I don't consider this a win where I'm afterwards being like, yeah, I can't believe I won.
We were all waiting for that moment, Spec, for when you went and you were like, the gloves are coming off. But it never happened.
I mean, it's good. I'm like testing these gloves out, see how I play in them. I mean, I think I play pretty similarly.
Yeah, dude, no gloves, says Daniel. Verbal's in the chat saying, GG Nathan, you sweated for that win. Dude, I always do. No matter what, though, I'm jumping, trying to keep my heart rate up. And his max was 192, and mine was, 182, it looks like. And that was after this first set. The whole first set, I couldn't break 170-something. You want to get your heart rate up.
What's funny? This kind of reminds me of someone who plays a musical instrument, like a guitar or something, right? The player knows when they make mistakes, but like the audience, they can't tell, right? They just keep going. It's the same thing with the air hockey. You guys can kind of tell when you're making some mistakes and whatnot, but us viewers, it just looks so good between you two. You guys had a wonderful match between the two of you. So, great job there. That being said, going back over to the chat, was a really good game. I had a lot of fun watching, says Miata's 22.
Peter's on Peds. Snowy saying, hi, I'm new to the channel. Snowy, thanks for joining. Doing a bunch of pro air hockey. Peter, you also did well. The thing is that, like, this really wasn't a giant match between the two of us. In a sense, it was really a match for us to get ready for Worlds. Here's the thing. Like, anybody watching this can go to Worlds in August in Houston, Texas, and play. And so we prep as much as we can. We play each other as much as we can. We're all enemies when we're on the table, but outside of the table, we're friends. But at Worlds, like, we're one giant team, and we're all rooting for each other. When one of us is on a table, we're all watching and cheering. It's so much fun. So you should definitely go to Worlds. Also, I'm going to be in North Carolina in less than a week now. I'm super excited about it. Actually, in 1 week from now, I'll be heading back already. So I'll be in North Carolina if anybody wants to go to the North Carolina State Tournament and watch or play and hang out. It's so much fun.
What can we expect with that here at the AAHL? Are we going to be seeing some streaming over there in North Carolina?
I believe so. I believe that I'm going to be allowed to set up my cell phone and stream from there, which should be a lot of fun. Seth Garrett, I don't think he's going to have a problem with that. So we'll be basically streaming twice. They're going to have better camera angles, so you can check it out on the North Carolina Air Hockey channel. You can also check it out on ours. It doesn't matter either way. We appreciate you watching. It should be a lot of fun. What's crazy is that I was like looking at the bracket. There's a bracket that's like been pre-filled out. It's not the one that they're probably going to use, but they're like trying it out. And I saw if I beat like 2 North Carolina players, I'll be going up against Mike Cummings. And if I beat him, I'll be going up against Connor Cummings, right? The number 3 in the world. So I'm really excited because I thought I was going to be playing a bunch of North Carolinians, but it looks like I might be playing up against the top players in the world, which would be really fun.
Well, it's like the last,
great job.
The last tournament they're doing it for an open.
Right? It's like the last time we can go there. So I'm very excited to see Emil there. He's going to be there. I'm excited to see Seth Garrett. I'm just overall pumped about it. MAITTRE saying was a really good game. Had a lot of fun watching. All right, let's get on to the next game because nobody wants to see me blabbing all this time. So Spec, awesome game, bro. Now it's on for Anthony versus Javier. That game should be a blast. I believe that game's happening.
It's gonna be a quick game.
It's gonna be quick, and then it's gonna. Well, I don't know. And then it's gonna be the fans' choice game where
who
you guys
knows?
get to vote on who
Javier
you
has
want to
been
play.
always saying that he's on Anthony's level.
I know, so we'll see. We'll see if Javier can do it. He's saying he's there, but is he? We'll find out. All right, back to you,
All
Caleb.
right, enough.
And thanks,
yippity-yappity.
Carlisle.
Now we're gonna go on to the next matchups here. Speak of a which, let's find out just who our next matchups are. I believe it is Anthony versus Javier. So for all of you who know, Javier was the first one to ever do the shuffle shot. Anthony, though, he's a tough player to beat. Javier is definitely the underdog in the matchup.
Yeah, Javier is definitely the underdog in the matchup, but I will say that he has made continuous strides in improvement in his own game and his own style and his own performance, even just within the past few months. He himself is another person that has returned from abroad, and he has been making marked improvements. And one thing that you've probably noticed in either Monday night matchups or even in the Idaho Gold Cup, he has been deliberately putting himself up against higher ranked opponents, whether it is him versus Anthony or Josiah or Spec or Nathan even. He's always trying his best to. It's not just a tactic of like, oh, I'm gonna put myself in an unfair advantage and lose. It's a matter of him learning from each and every single game, because the only way to learn is to go up against the best of the best. And going up against these players that are quick and fast and marked and have all sorts of strategy.
That being said, thank you everyone who is in the chat. Remember to double tap that screen, like and subscribe. We're up to 12,044 subscribers. So, awesome job to everyone who's joined in, liked and subscribed. Definitely helps out. We appreciate it so much. Right now we just have Anthony warming up against Sam, and then we'll have Javier warm up as well. Now going over to the chat, we have Chris Nunez. This Anthony guy is no joke. Absolutely did a great job. We got Meowd 22. Whoa, can you touch the puck with your other hand? Not when the game is in play. Right now this is just a warm up. So no, you cannot touch the puck with any body part or anything other than the mallet. We got Daniel Wayward here. Javier has a tattoo or air hockey puck. Has a tattoo or a. I'm not sure if that's a question or if that's a statement. Either way. Now we've also got Antonio saying sponsored by Over the Shoulder Holder, the holder you could trust. Ruth Himitsu, the real estate agent of all time. If you are looking to buy or sell in Idaho, let me tell you, Ruth Himitsu is the #1 real estate agent of all time. She will get it done right. When it comes to integrity, or when it comes to buying and selling a house, really integrity is the #1 thing. You want someone you can trust to find you the best deal, the home where you want to live to spend the rest of your life, and know that you're not getting some unfortunate happenstance. So definitely reach out to Ruth Himitsu if you're looking to buy or sell a place in the Idaho area. All right, now we got Javier warming up.
Yeah, Javier warming up against Josiah, and I remember someone in the comment section was asking about how Josiah's flip-flops would do on this new epoxy floor, and though he himself is not playing today, this will probably give you somewhat of a good example as to terms of how well it's doing in terms of how well it's carrying
point. Yeah, with
friction.
the flip-flops, they really may not get good traction on that floor. Josiah may find himself in a weakened position now.
Yeah. But as this is only a warm-up, it's not going to be you're not going to get the full extent, but perhaps use this as a example of how well this epoxy floor is doing for a lot of the players that have been going about it today. We've seen players with brand new shoes or 2-year-old boots that are literally falling apart, but there have been it's been positivity abound for this new epoxied floor, and it is all, of course, thanks to you guys for for the likes, the comments, the supports, the super chats, whatever it has been. Your support helps us improve. It helps us for the camera work. It helps us for the table. It helps show us all of these things that we've presented here, and it has been nothing short of a wonderful time. And we want to keep building and keep supporting and keep doing better and better and better.
All right, now Javier set up for a nice cut there. A good shot by Javier. Hopefully he can continue to make shots like that against Anthony.
Here's opening. Just setting up those examples and just getting to the description about these two players real quick.
All right, that being said, I believe that we might need our chat to be reset. Looks like it might be frozen, so we'll see if we can get that fixed here in a second.
And just saying these, like, just getting to the description while we're at it, while we're getting a description of the two players. You're getting a description of the players real quick. Of course, Anthony is. We've seen this in how Anthony's played up against Sam. Anthony is speed, but he's not just speed. He's a bit of a prankster. He's the kind of person that he's shaggy in a way, using 1% of your power and still finding ways to dominate the game. But when he cranks it up, it is almost impossible to beat him in any sort of circumstance. But also, it's a testament towards, but also with Javier, he has been slowly improving, getting better and better and better. He's like a sponge in every single game that he's been playing. He's been learning from every single opponent, every single person that he plays. It has been nothing short of a fantastic turnaround to see him continually improve and do better and better and better. And even if this only ends up being a learning curve, a quick matchup, I'm intrigued to see how much he has improved over these past few months.
Right. Can the chef cook? We'll have to find out here in this match when he's versed Anthony, the Dark Antonio.
Yes. And of course, and before we get into this match, just as a reminder, this is our last matchup of this.
$2 dono for the night. The Verbal saying, "Have you named the table? Do you train your offhands?" That's a great question. I do train my offhand a little bit when I play, but I am very much a casual player myself. So that being said, I don't know about the more proficient practicing players. Good question.
I don't, and again, to piggyback off of what Caleb has said, I don't think we've named the table, but I do train, me personally, I do train my offense every now and then, especially whether it is by design or out of necessity, because of the many times I've had to defend from these players. Let's just say, when you have to defend a puck, when you have to defend shots from the puck, shots from a mallet at like 20-something miles an hour, multiple times over the course of a best 2 out of 3 set every single Sunday, your hands don't like that. And so sometimes you just have to learn how to do some things with your left hand out of necessity, but it's still fun to learn in the meantime. And just as a reminder, as this game is going through, this is our last regular matchup. This is our last regular matchup that we have scheduled. And which means the next matchup we have next. This is one set. Best.
All right.
Best 4 out of 7.
A one set match. Whoever wins the first 4 games takes it all. That being said, after this match, I believe we'll have our Fans' Choice Match Award, which will go to currently Verbal, because he is leading in the $2 shout-out donations.
Yeah.
So Verbal, stick around. That way, when we get to that point, you can decide who's going to play who for the Fans' Choice Award.
Correct. And we've got a lot of other people saying hi in the chat as well. We have Rhonda and Toby saying hi. Van Mancan 11 saying hi. It's the Child saying hi. Welcome to all of you. Welcome to this Monday night matchup where we are seeing this matchup between our Dark Anthony Spanberger in the white and purple shirt up against our chef Javier Romero in the black, purple, and blue shirt. And now, as it's tied 2-2, Javier now taking possession, tries the right wall, doesn't quite get it to go, but still keeps possession. Tried the cut, doesn't quite get it. Left wall, doesn't quite get it either, but lands in his own corner, allowing him to keep possession. Diamond drift formation now. Sets up a shot, cut, can't quite get it, just bounces off the rim. Anthony now takes possession. Take his time, set up a shot, left wall.
Great job holding his own. He entered this Coliseum expected to lose, but right now in the lead.
Yes. It's in the lead now, and with and taking his time with it as well. Setting up his shots, he's not rushing it too much. He's much more composed than when he first came into and started doing these Monday night matchups back again. And so it's impressive to see the kind of improvement that we've been seeing from him. Another cut.
4-2. A great job by Javier. That being said, we got Van Man Can 11 in the chat saying, your live streams are great. We appreciate it so much. We do what we can for your viewing entertainment. We got William in the chat saying, what up, with the emoji. Now 3-4. Anthony catching back up. Remember, Javier is ranked number 25 versus the ranked number 5, and he is currently winning 6-3. Already a game point for Javier. Will he take the first game from Anthony right now? An upset in the making, and you all get to be here for it.
Setting up diamond drift formation, lining up the momentum, left wall, that bounces off the post.
My son have cooked before. 3-7. Look at this transition shot. He sets it up and he double tap into a touch with a barely over the line, landing it 7-3.
Might have just about been legal. It was by millimeters. It might have just been on the line, but no call from the refs. We will move on. That's game number 1.
Game number 1, Anthony falling just a bit short here. Can he take the win? Maybe that loss that he had earlier against Sam is proving to be his downfall against the chef. We'll have to find out and see. Will the chef take this win, or will Anthony come back with the first game winning point there, now 1-0?
Antonio taking first blood. But that goes in his own net. 2-0 now. Diamond drift formation. That's up. Great cut, sneaking on the inside to take it. They cut the lead down to 1. 2-1 now.
We got Miata in the chat asking, what are the dimensions of the table? That's a great question for the American Air Hockey League to answer. That being said, we are in the 3rd dimension. We do not play in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th dimension. No, we are here on planet Earth with all of you Earthlings. Okay, now 1-2 still. Can Javier, the chef, continue to take this win, or will Anthony, with the lead, carry on and take game number 2?
For sure, Javier's providing some great defense so far on some of these shots. They're moving as quick as they can be, but Javier's just setting himself
Anthony
back
with
just
a couple
enough.
pump fakes, but not landing the shot. Oh, and Javier, look at that dragon right wall under.
Yes,
An incredible shot there by him. It wasn't even a dragon. It was more like a transition shot there. Now 3-2. Chef taking the lead.
The chef is taking the lead and looking to cook himself a 5-star meal. But Dark Antonio doing his best to shut that meal down. To shut down the kitchen. Tied at 3 now. Now Anthony taking possession, but
a piece.
Now standing up, left wall doesn't quite get it to go. Right wall no good. Set up now. Still back and forth, but that goes in his own net off the momentum.
Doesn't like what the chef is cooking. Now 4-3.
Now Javier setting up, taking his time. Left wall is no good. Ooh, but that straight shot does not quite get enough of it. Set up. Now from Javier, right wall, tried to fling it, but not enough. The cut from Anthony, tried it once,
5 to
but
3.
twice will
Anthony
do.
showing why he is ranked number 5. We saw
Javier.
a huge coming out here by Chef, but is it going to be enough? I don't know. That stance, Anthony is just, he's got the patience, the practice, the experience.
Ooh, great save though. Javi able to take possession, take his time, but able to save it. Try again with the left wall, but no good. Ooh, I tried to get the possession, but able to stay with Anthony now. Right wall, no good. Right wall again. That'll stick it. Now a game point position, looking to take game number 2. And timeout
Called by the
called.
chef. It takes time to prep your food.
But
Will
look at
it
Anthony.
work?
Even with the timeout call, you can look at Anthony just intimidating Chef, trying to get him off his rhythm. No matter how long that timeout is, he can still keep you on your toes and just begging him to give him the shot. Give him what he wants. He's trying to anger Javier's emotion,
there it
and that is why
Dark Antonio does take the win.
able to just take full advantage, corral the puck, take possession, right wall, and get him off his toes to take the 7-3 win. Game number 2 goes to Anthony.
Now 1 game, all tied up. That being said, going back over to the chat, we've got DB Cooper, welcome in. We've got John B. Always a pleasure to have you in here, John B. Nice new carpet. Actually, it is an epoxy, making it a little bit easier for these players while playing on that table, not to slide, slip, fall, crash, and burn. Now, Anthony with control.
Possession trying, and he scores off of that. That will be first blood to Anthony.
1-0
go.
for Anthony.
Setting up again. Back and forth these two competitors go, but neither person able to really and truly gain the advantage they need. Anthony setting up now, blocked again. Now Javi in possession. Tries a bit of a diamond drift himself.
The chef is preparing something. He sets it up.
Right wall, that gets blocked, and it's just Anthony just able to combat
And
it
it
with
looks
a
like he might have
nice
just burnt
cut.
his food a little too long there. 2-0. Anthony still in the lead.
Ooh, blocked again. Oh, Anthony tried to reach for it, but it goes out of his possession. Now Javi with possession now. Setting up his shot. Gets blocked easily. Now right wall, no good. Right wall of his own from Javier. That's not enough. Another right wall gets saved. Diamond drift formation now. Trying to set up a shot. That goes no good. Back to Anthony. Tries a cut again. That's no good. Left wall, not enough. Back and forth, these two flinging shots left and right, but neither person able to truly make that breakthrough so far in this rally. Right wall again from Anthony. That gets blocked. Saved again. Another save. Anthony just trying a couple of chase shots to try and break him away from that chase. Trying to break him away from his defense, but not enough. Setting up right wall, no good. Another
Just barely not landing that shot, though. The chef
save.
gonna have to take some time on those mallet shot skills.
Both competitors honestly being denied by either by the post or by the corner or by their opponents even. They are so close, but just unfortunately
Ooh, a
loses
nice
the pick up here.
forehand recapture there.
Not really enough, but Anthony just
trying
teasing
to
his.
use the distraction technique with his mallet.
And here we go now. Javier taking time, taking possession, tries to cut, no good. Now sets up again. Left wall, no good. That
Oh,
finally
that is
breaks
a
the rally with a
3-0.
great cut Javi tried an immediate response, but no, Anthony was right there to meet it.
Break that rally.
Takes that possession now. Ooh, again blocked by Anthony, and now Javi with possession. Setting up a shot, right wall is no good. Now again Javi tries to cut, that's no good. And missed. Set up, right wall, that's no good. Great block from Anthony, but that off the momentum, that's 4-0 for Dark Antonio. Set up again, put immediate charge, and that gets blocked. Puck was sent flying, but they keep going. And now Javi's back on the board.
Javier doesn't let it end in a 7-0. In fact, perhaps he can make the comeback now.
He can make the comeback. He's been somewhat diligent on the defense, but not diligent enough as Anthony with another cut to make it 5-1 now. And really revving up the clutch on the chef to cook him in his own way. Now 6-1 in game point position. If he tried the immediate response, that momentum will do just enough to get him back on the score, but
just a quick
not enough. 7-2.
7-2.
That's game 3. That's all for Dark Antonio.
2-1. The rank number 5 in the lead, as to be expected. But Javier doing a good job putting up a fight here for being ranked number 25.
Javi has been putting up a great bit of offense in these matchups, despite the rating disparity, despite the ranking disparity. I would still say that Javi still has a decent chance here and has been showing enough to prove that he still has a chance in this matchup. And now game number 4 underway, but an immediate right wall, first blood. Immediate right wall from Anthony to take first blood already. And now an own goal from Javi, and now he's down 2-0.
Art. A 0-2 lead now for Anthony.
Setting it up now, Javi goes again. Right wall, that'll stick. That puts him on the board. But Anthony responds right back, 3-1. Now Javi setting up the shot. Great cut there. Cuts the lead down to 1.
Ooh, Anthony goes for a double dinger, but does not land it.
Right wall, no good. Now Anthony with possession. Oh, tried to wind up his cut, but not enough still. Helicopter shot, no good. Right wall, that'll do just fine. 2-4 in Anthony's favor. Now
the chef setting it up once again. Anthony, though, able to read it and defend.
Oh, spinning around.
360 into a double dinger left wall under. There it is, the 360 into a double left wall under. What a shot.
There's that showmanship from Anthony that we already know very well from him, but Javi is still staying focused, but Anthony can still do some decent shots. Anthony can still do some decent shots without the bit of showmanship. And now in game point position, Anthony. Right wall, no good. Tried an immediate response, Anthony, but now there he goes.
7-3, Javier. There is no longer a puck in there. Unfortunate. Taking the L on that one, 3-1, but still doing a good job. Making 3 points against Anthony, being ranked number 25, is not bad.
Much is true. It is not bad, but especially if knowing Javier, it always, especially getting that first win, especially getting, as he's continuing to learn, you always have that itch of knowing, I'm able to beat this person once. Why can't I beat them twice? Why can't I beat them 3 times? You can tell that's gnawing at Javier's psyche, and perhaps it might be the reason why he ends up getting psyched out of this game right now. But he's not out of the woods just yet. He is down 3-1, but not out of it entirely, as he goes to take first blood now, up 1-0. Now Anthony with possession.
You can see the energy.
Try the forehand. That's a great shot.
1-1. Javier trying to lock in right now.
Yes. We've got Brad Hoserlin saying hi. Welcome. Good to see you.
Getting that puck sanded down. Remember, Anthony only needs one more winning game to win it all. Come on, Javier, make that comeback. The dream that everyone dreams.
But he said it too far, and it's punished for it. Sent it too far forward, and Anthony was more than happy to shut down that parade before it ever got started.
Unfortunate error, but he caught Anthony lacking now. 2-1. 2-2.
2-2 now. Ooh, gets saved. Great shot. Left wall, that's no good. Right wall, great stop from Anthony. Tried to go back and forth with a flurry of offense, but not enough. Cut, no good. Right wall, no good. Sets up a left wall, that's no good. Another cross as he keeps possession. A flurry of offense, looking for this one shot to break Javi's defense right now, but instead keeps possession, but just loses it again. Possession goes back to Anthony, and he's more than happy to put another goal past Javier's goal. 3-2, but don't count out the chef. He's not finished with the mail. 3-3 now. Anthony with
Nunez
possession.
in the chat saying the puck, don't lie. Sure enough, but it looks like Javier sets it up, tries to take the shot, gives it away. Once again, now 4-3. Anthony still in the lead.
And missed, and almost put it in his own goal, Javi, but still managed to keep possession. Oh, tried to cross, tried to...
Huge charging shot there by Anthony.
But that got sent flying. I believe that actually sent the puck flying. No, it actually did go in. If I'm correct, yes, it did. 5-3 now. Off the great charge from Anthony, just showing that you can take it as much time as you want, but I will still be there to shut it down. But Javi's still finding a way to fight back. 5-4. But Anthony taking his time. Get possession. And not enough. But it goes at his own goal.
6-4.
6-4. Match point position
Anthony only needs
for
one
Dark
more
Antonio.
goal. Will Anthony get it here, or will Javier manage to cook? Come on, Javier.
Taking his time. And here we go. Rep has started the playback. Blocked again. Tried to go back and forth, but Javi managed to keep possession.
Javier has control. He sets
right wall, that gets saved.
Anthony with time goes for this cut. Doesn't quite land. Anthony goes for the touch there. Goes for a right cross, but no. It passes it back to Javier. Javier now sets it up. He goes for the right wall. Oh, no, and it's all over.
It is own net. How unfortunate. You always, even for the best of plays, you never want to see those kinds of goals sink in your own net. But
good match.
As they say, a win is a win. And let's hear it from these two competitors. Be sure to leave your comments and your questions for these two competitors.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah, it's going.
It's going. And it looks like, Anthony, you managed to take the win. Javier taking that first game.
I was
coming out strong. We thought the chef was cooking, but then somehow you managed to burn it. What happened?
It's a tapping. I can't. It's so annoying. I can't focus. He sat there and just...
Hey, can y'all shush over there? I'm trying to have my interview here. Thank you.
One thing's for sure, with one thing that has been seen from Javier is that he has been trying his best to go up against these top-ranked players in the American Air Hockey League, including yourself, Anthony. But as you've seen, he's started to slowly improve, even taking that first game. What's one piece of advice that you would give Javier as he continues to climb up the mountain?
Stop going you on myself.
Nah. I personally would say, don't let things get to your head. That's why I tap, because it pisses people off. and it's really funny.
I'm calling disruption next time. Distraction.
Exactly.
I'm calling it next time.
Call it next time. That's how it works. Oh, I could just tap my boot too. That'd been really funny. But no, don't let things get to your head, because that's what's throwing you off. You let things get to your head. Like when I would tap, I would get possession, score right back. I would tap, I'd get possession, score right back. That was getting to your head too much. Just try to focus on the game. Focus on your defense. Focus on predicting where my shot's gonna be. Just work on that.
That's been my whole focus.
Wasn't working.
No. Well, it did the first game. It worked really well the first game.
And then you fell off.
I fell off super duper hard.
Fell in the mud.
You can't let the rattlesnake rattle you into submission.
Oh, he got rattled.
Take over and take that shot and take the win. The chef, Javier. That being said, Anthony, a good win. Surprising considering you lost the first game against Sam, but a nice job nonetheless.
So I'm trying to figure out what
taking
camera
that
I'm
win.
I could have had more than one game. I swear.
I told you it was gonna be 5 games. That's it.
Yeah, and then a couple of questions from the comment section.
Oh, I did slide on the ground, by the way. It felt really weird. I did slide. I kind of lunged myself forwards.
Yeah, we were actually. That was another question to remember to ask about the epoxy. How have you guys felt about it? Now, Anthony, you've had 2 games.
I love it. I love it so much. I don't slide as much, but I still slide a little bit. But I love it. It looks nice. It looks pretty. It feels great. NBA Finals. That's a good question.
Great. And of course, I heard
I took you
this
to
question
Puck
from
Town.
Van Man Can 11
Yeah,
saying,
pucked
"How
up.
do you hit the puck so fast?"
Dark Tapathy.
Who?
Dark Tapathy. I like that.
How
do I hit the puck so fast? Because I'm good. No, I've been playing for 2 years, so I have that experience. And I use a low top mallet, meaning it does unlike Javi's. I'm borrowing mallet.
I also like to say that I'm pretty fast for using a high top.
No, you should play with Matt. He has a little nub up here. I don't have that nub, so it's a lot lighter of a mallet, and so I can kind of fling it a little more. It's a little worse on defense. As you can see, like Javi's defense, he kind of absorbs the puck compared to where I have to jump and grab it. But if you go back and watch that game, you can see that a lot. I was kind of getting a little frustrated when Javi would just grab the puck. It's just kind of floated right into his mallet. But that's how I hit fast. I hold it down, I flick my wrist, use my arm a little bit. That's my trick. Javi?
For hitting fast?
Yeah.
I think for me it has a lot to do with the way that I hold my mallet. Like for a long time I held it kind of with 2 fingers on the side, 1 in the middle, but I started holding it.
The heck out of my finger like that. My whole finger was purple.
I started holding it with 3 fingers directly behind it, and it's almost like a whip. So when it
got the fans choice game. I'm finally here for a fans choice.
So when it makes that crack, like that point of impact, I think it just hits it faster.
Yeah, I feel like that ruins your accuracy a little bit because you're just back. It kind of shakes a little bit. Any other questions, chat? Where do y'all get your pucks? That's a good question. Nathan, where do we get the pucks?
What?
Where do you get the pucks?
Spec makes them. Oh, the yellow pucks? They can do them on my they get them at Worlds. How about that?
Get them at Worlds. Get them at the Worlds tournament.
Don't talk to me because I'm on camera.
I don't have answers. Whoa, everyone's gone. It's so quiet.
Alright, guys, go ahead and wrap that.
All right.
Differently in a rematch,
We got
I think.
Chris Nunez in the chat saying, Javier, what will you do differently in the next rematch?
It's so when he starts like jittering, I start to tense, and so I just need to fix that.
Okay, we gotta go. We're getting yelled at. But let's get excited for this fans' choice game.
Next time. Thank you for coming out here and answering our questions in
Of
the
course.
interview and these
Bye-bye.
people in the chat. That being said, we will now be going to our fans' choice award game. Speaking of which,
yes, I
our guy
did
still
see.
here?
I do believe I did see the verbal asymptote still here. And just for those of you who are unaware, the fans' choice. We're now down to the fans' choice game. Basically, what that means is whoever donates the highest amount in the chat, whoever does the highest super chat, will be able to choose the fans' choice game. So whatever matchup you have in mind, we have a handful of people that are here. We have Kai, we have Sam, we have Nathan, we have Spec, we have, as you see, Anthony and Javier. I believe Josiah is still here as well. We have a good chunk of people. We can do things like one-on-one matches. We can do two-on-twos where every time a player concedes in a team, they alternate. Whatever is on your mind, we'll give it a couple more minutes. And then
so whoever is the biggest donator will get to decide who plays who. That being said, the Verbal is currently the biggest donator with a $2 dono, so you will get to decide, but we'll give it a few more minutes to see if anyone else wants to throw out a donation to decide who plays who.
Yes, and if you want to do that, there are two ways. If you're on mobile,
and that will be our last match of tonight. Would you like to see a singles match, a doubles match, a single versus doubles match? What would you like to see up here on that screen?
Yeah. We have that suggestion. We have from Verbal. We think.
Do you think Nathan and Kai versus Josiah and Anthony would be a fun match? Yeah, I think it would be a pretty fun match.
We believe that would be a very fun match. And for those of you who would like to donate, you have two options. If you are on mobile, there is a little $ next to the chat box underneath. You can donate however much you feel comfortable with or are able to donate, and put whatever comment you would like to in that chat as well. And there you go. That's your super chat. If you're on PC, it's very similar. There is a $ next to the chat box. You can put whatever amount you feel comfortable with or are able to donate. Whatever the case, we appreciate you just being here and enjoying the match. But it has been a couple of minutes, and Verbal, well, I think you will be our choice.
Good choice up. Let's do that. We gave it a few minutes. No one else wanted to donate to this amazing American Air Hockey League. Unfortunate for tonight, but that's okay. No big deal. We're going to get this next match underway, the last one of tonight. Nathan and Kai, the Cobra Prime, Rorsayers, Josiah, and Anthony, although, where is Anthony? The Short Kings.
The Short Kings. That's a very interesting one.
I think Anthony might be subbing himself out for Sam.
Yes.
Maybe because he's had just one too many matches and he wants a break.
This one's going to be a very fun matchup, a very fun start. And as you know, we have, with the rules of 2v2 matchups, basically every time your team concedes, you switch out players. Do that over and over again up until one player reaches 7 points. So here, as we've seen, Kai has already conceded and moves on to Nathan, and who is scored now, and Sam moves off the table and on to Josiah now, 1-1.
Right, Josiah setting it up, trying to go for that shot there. Goes for that another shot there, not quite landing. Goes for the left wall under and lands it. Now 1-1.
There, it's 2-1 actually. Now save. Oh, but another great shot, 2-2.
2-2.
Make that 3-2.
3-2. The Cobra Prime in the lead.
3-2, the Cobra Prime in the lead, yes, but now it's 3-3. But considering how back and forth is going, wow.
Me.
Four to 2 now. Oh, great cut. These two are going back. These teams are going back and forth and back and forth. Neither person giving each other an inch, but it's shots like that that will really make the difference. Josiah able to extend the lead now 3-5.
Right. Josiah with time, goes for the cut, doesn't quite land it. Now, Kai. Can Kai take Josiah off the table right now?
You will see.
You know, Josiah is considered ranked number 3, but basically ranked number 2. Him and Spec are always close in the matchups. That being said,
Fourth and
7-3,
able to
the Short
shut
Kings taking the
down.
dub.
Taking the dub in the first game, and of course, as always, this is a best of 7 set between these two. These are best of 7 set, so first team to 4 games, 4 7-point wins will take it all. Here we go, game number 2. Right wall, great save, but it goes back to possession for Nathan, who's going to set up a dragon shot and just absolutely easy as you like. And now Sam in possession. Sam in the lead. Now Sam tries to do it, but no, Nathan is not fazed by it at all. 2-0 now.
That's too loud.
Setting up right wall.
Oh, and Nathan throws his puck, almost wipes out Cobra Kai.
Mallet sent flying. My goodness.
I thought it hit this. I thought it was. Oh, my God. Oh, wait. I said our own teammates, not the opponent.
Here we go. And just like that, making him pay. The puck doesn't lie, and the mallet doesn't lie either. 2-1. Now, Josiah setting up. Time again, but can't quite break Kai's defense. They're stalwart so far, but not quite strong enough. 2-2. Left wall, great shot. 3-2 now.
3-2. Josiah absolutely just tearing it up on the arena stage right now. 4-2.
Now 4-2. The speed of these teams, the points going back and forth and back and forth. 5-2.
Josiah on a rampage.
Seb just laying down, knowing for sure that no matter what happens, Josiah pretty much has this in the bag. He is that confident in his teammate.
The absolute disrespect from Sam. Kai looking to take him and make him get off the ground.
Make him get off the ground. That is why you can never truly guarantee everything here in the American Air Hockey League. Now able
I think
to.
she just wants him off the ground. She wants him back on the ground after this match. She's going to take that puck and shove it down that goal. Can't she do it? No! No matter what she wanted, it's all over there. Now 6-3, Nathan's going to have to step it up because it's only up to him now. She doesn't have another chance on the table at this point. Nathan has to run 3 more goals.
Yes. But coming up against a tough opponent like Josiah, it's easier said than done. But Nathan pulls him up in the diamond drift formation, tries to do the dragon shot, sets up. That'll do it. 6-5, slowly working back. Working its way back.
Setting up the diamond drift. Sam pulls it back. Look for that right one, but Nathan catches it. Nathan.
And it sneaks in!
2-0.
2-0 series lead so far. Unfortunate to see that happen. You always hate to see it. You can tell the disappointment on his face. But a win is a win. 2-0 lead for the Short Kings.
Okay, kill this time. On my release.
Nice attempt there by Kai, but Sam with a beautiful cut there. A nice setup and
no time
by Sam. Nathan now with time goes for that cut. Into it right wall. Oh, another nice shot there by Nathan. 1-1.
Set up. Whoa, almost quite got it. Left wall, no. Nathan sets him up. Dragon shot formation. Right wall. Great save from Josiah. Helicopter shot, no good. Oh, nearly put in his own goal, but tried another one, and Nathan practically throwing his whole body onto the table to try and save it. Left wall,
You know,
no
we
good.
still haven't seen the peacock shot from Josiah today. Wonder if he'll bring that one out. Now 2-1.
Perhaps.
What are you doing?
It perhaps might be the time to pull it out with games like
I
these.
believe our chat may be bugged, so if you guys are commenting or leaving us comments or questions, thank you so much.
The
We'll have to
verbal
see if we
ask-
can get that fixed.
Yeah, the verbal asymptote has been. The verbal asymptote would be excited to see a Nathan Kai comeback to be a great birthday present. Well, even if you get the present, even if you get a present for your stuff, we still wish you a very, very happy birthday nonetheless, and thank you for spending your birthday with us. Not quite able, and the ballot is sent flying again.
All right,
Now
Nathan,
Sam
we
in
got
possession.
right
Right wall, good.
2-2.
2-2, sending Nathan off the table. Now on to Kai. But that's gonna be the shot to take Sam off the table. And Josiah just all the way upset at Sam for how could you fail me? How could you let me back on this table? Now he has to do it himself. Kai measuring the opponent, but not quite. Not quite enough. Now Josiah going back and forth, taking a flurry of shots. That cut doesn't get it to go. Tried another helicopter shot, but not enough. Not able to set it up and sneaks one in again. 4-2 now. Kai doing her best to hold down the fort for the Cobra Prime. Getting up the shot, left wall.
That's what
That was
it's all
good.
about. You know, there's a reason she is the comeback queen, and she is definitely showing her vigor tonight. And look at that now.
But sneaks it again. 5-2 off a great cross, just taking full advantage of Sam's extended reach, but just sneaking in the angle. Ooh, left wall, great save. Josiah, no good. Right wall,
no,
that
Josiah
off
gave it
the
away.
tried to punish it, but couldn't do it enough. Left wall, no good. Great save. Josiah sets up again. Left wall, another great save. And, oh my goodness, Kai, the Cobra, is showing her might, showing why she deserves to be among the best in this all-star matchup. And it is the Cobra that is really pulling out all the stops to lead it, to put her team in game point position. Even as Sam throws a flurry of shots, it is not quite enough. Right wall, no good. Kai in possession. Sets up a shot. Left wall, no good. Sam tried to respond immediately, but no good. Now he'll set up a shot. Right wall, multi-wall, no good. Right wall again. That gets saved. Sam can't quite keep it. Kai did it!
What a challenge out there by Kai. Look at this. Sam just gives it away, and he's just out of position as he manages to get that tap and lands it in. 7-2, making it 1-2. Kai carrying the number 1 in the American Air Hockey League. I don't know. After that match, she might be the number 1. Look at that.
Wouldn't be against it myself. Now set up from Josiah, no good. Kai looking to do what she did in the previous game, perhaps, and go on a tear of her own. But Josiah looking to shut that one down. That left wall, no good. Sets up not enough on that cut either. Another cross, that's no good. Another cross, that's no good. Kai measured in her defense. Now setting up her offense. Goes again. Sets up. Straight shot, no good. And that cut will finally
Is finally fallen victim. And is off the table now. Nathan in. But Nathan
Right wall.
instantly. Right wall under.
Right wall
One
under.
shot, one kill.
One shot, one kill. The sniper's mentality and the sniper's speciality.
He missed that time. Sam.
Ooh,
Giving him
lost the
another
puck.
opportunity. An off goal. Another off goal. Now he sets it up. He doesn't like the movement. You can tell.
Gonna sand the puck.
And like the refs, but we're the refs. He's I think that puck's dying.
And he still doesn't like it, so he's gonna sand it once more.
We need to bring a Dremel out there now. Just start really sanding that thing down. Guess as good as it's gonna get. All right, 1-1. Nathan with control goes for an off speed. Doesn't quite land.
That's it up. Damn now. Right,
Oh,
well,
and
that'll
gets
do.
Nathan off the table. But look out because Cobra Kai is back on the table.
The Cobra has returned, and she's out for vengeance, you'd think. A couple of shots not quite going away, but she's just getting herself warmed up. Sets up that straight shot, but that's no good. Now Sam. Setting up off the... Oh, that's...
Unfortunately, the Cobra will fall short this time. But Nathan now out as well. 3-1. Can Nathan make some points on the board for Cobra Prime? And he does. Now 2-3.
Yeah.
I thought I'd never quite say it, but Nathan Buss is finally holding up his own weight. You see Cobra Kai has been doing a fair bit of carrying. Maybe now Nathan's trying to do some in return.
Right. Josiah trying to get Nathan off the table, which I think is what the audience all wants to see, because you know they're all saying, Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai. And here she comes.
And we also have some people
Can
rooting for
she do it
Josiah.
again?
No, but
unfortunately,
right
it looks
in.
like that winning spree may have been a fluke of luck.
If that winning spree may have well and truly fallen short. But it goes with shots like that. It is now down to Cobra Kai. Who else to do a little bit of a comeback?
Can she do it? The queen of comebacks.
This puck goes back to and it sticks in.
Josiah, once named the comeback king, showing that he is not to be counted out. 7-2, making it 3 games to 1.
Fort Kings are a one win away from proving that they themselves, that they may not be small, that they may be small, but they are more. That they make up more for it in the effort they give and the heart they have.
My hand is crushed. I could not have done that. You know, it's good cross. And you know the best part? Left hand. I'm not doing it. Play left hand, play right hand, I'll play left hand. No! Why not? No, I'll play backwards. No.
There's 3 games.
All right, as they're discussing war plans, Cobra Prime realizing that they themselves have a mountain to climb, down 3 games to do. And for MAITTRE saying, what does sanding the puck do? Basically, sanding the puck speeds up the speed of the puck. It reduces friction. Because what happens is, as the puck is struck and hits more times over and over and over again, what basically happens is that the puck slows down. It ends up not moving as fast as when you initially started. So sanding the puck reduces the friction and helps it start moving, sliding as fast as it did when you started. That's why you'll see on any sort of air hockey table that you'll go to, there'll be 2 circles on each end. It'll look like they're deliberately cut off, but
Sam dribbles it into his own goal, breaking his own ankle.
You always hate to see something like that, even from the best of pros. Now Nathan sending up a shot, right wall, no good. Another right wall, no good. Nathan tried the immediate response, but Josiah is not buying any of that. Left wall, no good.
Absolutely, Nathan sets it up. Goes for a right,
Right
wall.
wall, easy as you like
3-0.
Dominant lead so far. Ooh, Sam tried a bit of trickery,
Shot.
but it's just the momentum that will do just fine in that regard. 4-0 now.
Oh, and
Now-
a little bit of a peacock in there. Watch Josiah. He goes the roundabout helicopter, but then he picks up his puck. That picking up the mallet, excuse me. When he does that little mallet pickup wave, that is the peacock shot.
Now Cobra Kai in the driver's seat, which is something the Short Kings absolutely do not want to see, as she just took Josiah out of the picture. Now setting up her own shot. Right wall is no good. And now setting up again, Sam. Oh, another great shot. That's not quite enough. Right wall, that'll do just fine.
That right wall under now 5-2. Maybe the comeback they need to win it all. But no, Nathan, 6-2, only needing one more point to give another game to the Cobra Prime.
6-2.
Closing in on that win, able to force a game 6. And not quite. 6-3 now. Whoa!
What in the world did we just see?
He couldn't even score it. He tried to take. Nathan tried to use underhanded tactics to take full advantage, but the puck don't lie. Verbal asymptote saying the speed of a ninja turtle. Yes, indeed. You could call this lead. You could say the 4 people in front of you are in fact Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo, and nobody would have been surprised. But
now 2-3.
Seven and 4 will force a game 6.
Hey. They only have 2 wins. Maybe they have to win 1 more. No, wait, 3 wins. No, they only have 2. Oh, I don't.
And yes, indeed, verbal asymptote. The Cobra Prime slowly working their ways back. They still have a bit more to climb, but they're down. But it's only a matter of time with with Nathan Buss and Cobra Kai. Anything is possible, I'd say. And with that shot, a great save there from Nathan Buss. Left wall, that'll do it. First blood.
Cut into a left wall over.
And now setting up Josiah. Great save again from Nathan.
Nathan sets it up.
2-0. Taking full advantage, holding his own weight, perhaps. Left wall, no good.
I think game 6. We got my Rainsberger saying, "Come on, Sam and Josiah." We got the verbal going. What is going on that table right now? 2-1.
Screaming with the nerve on asymptote. Would love a good old fashioned comeback from Nathan and Kai, but right now the nerves. You could always imagine the nerves, but you might be able to ease those nerves a little bit. It's a 3-1 lead for Cobra Prime, inching closer and closer to forcing a game 7.
A nice defensive block there by Kai. Josiah trying to get that cut. He sets it up, goes in for another lane. Josiah going for a nice touch there. That's just left wall. Kai blocks it beautifully. Now Josiah goes for another cut and lands it this time. Now 2-3.
2-3. Short Kings getting inching closer and closer to try and take back the lead.
Dragon stance into a cut, but no, doesn't quite land. Goes into his dragon stance again, into a right wall
Right
over
wall.
landing.
Great shot from Nathan there. 3 points away from forcing a Game 7 Cobra Prime, but the Short Kings are trying to make sure that doesn't happen anytime soon. Right wall, no
We got
good.
the Gamer123 saying heck yeah in the chat. Welcome in.
The hat
Sam
set
setting it up.
flying
Goes to that
from
cross,
Sam.
a nice cross. 3-4.
Right wall from, and now Cobra Kai set into into a playground that she absolutely loves, but with possessions lost like that, you're not really sure you really want to deal with something like that. Right wall, no good. Sam back in possession now. Gets up, tries to get a
Bob the
vicious shot on.
saying, yo, it's me. Remember from Noel the nonchalant. Welcome in, buddy.
Good to see
Nice
you.
to have you once again. Now 4-4. Nathan has control.
Set up now, trying to set up the shot, dragon shot position. Right wall gets saved brilliantly by Sam, who puts it into the diamond drift formation and gets saved again, though.
Damn,
Another
with that
shot, right
flamingo
wall.
stance. Is it going to pay off? No, unfortunately does not. Nathan does manage to take another point on the board for them. Ooh! Josiah trying to go for a quick shot release. Doesn't quite land, though. Nathan now with control. Josiah trying to use a wiggly wobbly distraction here. Look at that puck control right now. Into that left wall, but it flies off the table. We got Chris Nunez saying, you guys have now made Mondays exciting. Well, we try to do what we can. We appreciate all the love and support. Remember to double tap that screen, like and subscribe. 4 to 6.
It also helps when the action itself is just as exciting, as now Cobra Prime looks to be closing in on forcing Game 7 up 6-4 in game point position now. Nathan setting up, left wall gets saved by Sam. Right wall, that's no good. Once again, Sam in possession, right wall gets saved. Nathan tries to respawn, but can't quite corral it enough, but will get possession off of that. Right wall gets saved again. Sam now right wall, no good. That goes in his own net.
And Sam boomerangs it right into his own goal.
So hard on that right goal, but he just couldn't corral it. 7-4, Cobra Prime and Verbal, I hope. And maybe, just maybe, Verbal.
3-3. The Cobra Prime both jumping around, warming on up, trying to get that energy ready.
And one thing
they take the dub.
Yes,
The
and one
comeback
thing's-
queen, Nathan. You know they're making that comeback right now.
Yes. Showing why the Cobra Prime, you never count out the apex predators that are Cobra Prime. And maybe, just maybe, Verbal, that 3-1 comeback you've been waiting for so long might just come to fruition. But not when like that go through 0-1. First blood to the Short Kings. But Cobra Kai now is in possession. The comeback queen, she loves this environment. She's been dying to get herself in this environment. Right wall, that'll get saved. But she keeps her cool, she keeps her momentum, she keeps possession, and she gets the shot to go. And now Chris Nunez with the $2 donation saying, Game 7, are you not entertained? One thing's for sure, Chris, we are certainly entertained. Thank you for the donation, as the Short Kings now take a 3-1 lead. And now the Cobra Kai is back in the game, trying to energize the comeback for her team. Sets up again. Oh, not quite enough. Left wall, that'll sneak in.
Challenge rush there. The Short Kings, a nice lead, 4-1. Nathan
4-1.
needing to step it up if he wants to gain some points back on the board for his team.
That is correct. Diamond drift formation,
And he
because
does.
that'll do it.
Flips the kid. Can he overcome the number 1? Right now, setting up the shots. He goes to the left wall. Doesn't quite land. Nathan gets control. Goes to the diamond stance and tries to take the right wall. Doesn't take the shot, though. Josiah is in position, but not well enough. 3-4. The comeback is happening once again.
And yes, indeed, Nathan is certainly locked in. He has come this close,
And
but
the
Sam...
flamingo stance works its magic once again for Sam. 5-3.
phased.
But the comeback queen is on the table now. She's in the arena. Can she make the gladiator stance of a lifetime here and take the win?
What could very well be the final time if she's not careful. This will be her last chance if she concedes here. But maybe, just maybe, a comeback could be on the brakes, but it's going to look very unlikely. It comes down.
The flamingo will win it all.
It comes down to Nathan Boss to score 4 points to ensure a comeback. That's one. That's one. Now
Nathan
Josiah
has to do it all. He has to make 3 more shots. The 360.
It keeps possession. Josiah left wall, like I said, bounced off.
Shots. Can he do it?
That possession will go to Nathan now. Starting play. Left wall gets saved though. Back possession goes back to Josiah. Tries to cut, doesn't get it to go.
Kings taking the victory for themselves.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Are you not entertained? That's a good old-fashioned Game 7 3-1 comeback. It had everything you could ever have asked for, but the short games prove that heart beats height. And take it in 7. What a night. What a matchup.
Absolutely. So thank you guys, everyone in the chat. Remember to like and subscribe. Double tap that screen. And we'll see you all next time, next Sunday night, or even possibly a Friday over Throw the Pro. Who knows? Either way, we will see you once again next week. Look forward to it. Thank you, everyone, so much. And good night.